Say you down, you gotta stand up and fight. Oh, you gotta stand up. Oh, you fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh, you fight.
In person is so much more beautiful.
You know that shit stuck to me.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast. Down here at the Bunch of Bull Studios as per usual. Hey, man, we got a special guest in the building. We got Mulu. What up, dog?
Oh, shit, I forgot to even move this forward a little bit. What's going on, y'all?
How you feeling, bro?
It's good to be back up in here. What's going on?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. I was like trying to hurry up and share the post, and I'm like, wait.
Tis I, the dog man. The dog man joined us already early.
There we go. I just had to share it real quick. That's all. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, man, how you feeling? You feeling good?
I do. I feel great, man. I'm just dropping a project, so I feel like, energy from that, and just trying to make sure I'm pushing that properly. And we got a show coming up, so a lot of stuff getting ready for, and
Yeah.
so I feel good. I feel excited. And, the anxiety gets you sometimes, but I feel good overall.
I feel that.
How
Hey,
you feeling?
Oh, man, I feel
Does
fantastic.
anybody ever ask the host how they're feeling?
I don't know if they do. That's a great question. I'm not sure that they do. Maybe sometimes. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of episodes. Nonetheless, man, I like to kick off the episode by saying how I come to meet the artist, how I come to find the creative that I have on set that day. And for you, I believe the first time that I've ever ran into you was down at Nas's show, the joint he did down Grand Street.
Yeah.
I think that was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, that was.
Was that
They did the,
pre-pandemic?
what was
It
it,
was right
like
around
the
it.
summertime joint?
Yeah,
that they
summertime
did
joint.
up
They had the
there.
stage down there. It was very nice.
Definitely.
Performance. He brought out a lot of dope performance. Shout out to Nas from BA, man.
Yeah, shout out to Nas. And the Yo. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you all good, bro. And he brought a lot of great artists down there, and I seen you down there doing your thing. Your crowd interaction was crazy. And I definitely noticed what you had going on from there. So yeah, man, that was my introduction to Mulu music. But for you, what was your introduction to hip hop, man? What was like some of the early stages of hip hop for you when you became a real fan and a participant in the sport? What brought you into it? What song or artist?
It's funny because I've been performing for family since like we were kids. So me and my cousin Josh, we used to do a Tribe Called Quest, Find My Way, in particular, Find My Way. And we would perform it for family and for my aunt or for the family at the family reunions for the cookouts. It was just something we always did. So Tribe Called Quest got me started. Your Tribe, Arrested Development. My dad used to listen to Ice Cube, Snoop. So like I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop and a lot of oldies, like, your Al Green, your Earth, Wind and Fire, OJ's, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was just always around good music growing up.
Yeah, that is good music for sure. Did you have a favorite member of Tribe?
Fife. Rest
Really?
in peace,
Fife?
Fife. Yeah. I
That's
mean,
crazy. I was waiting for you to say Q-Tip.
everybody loves Tip, but
Yeah, everybody does.
Tip can be kind of a D-bag behind the scenes.
Like as a person?
Behind the scenes
Have you met him?
documentary.
Oh,
There's,
I
like,
was
he's
gonna
just
say,
he's a
you had a bad
perfectionist.
experience with him?
He's a perfectionist. So like, perfectionists could be misunderstood sometimes, but him and Fife. But I think Fife was just like, without Fife, we really wouldn't have got a smooth delivery, like the smooth tip. Like we wouldn't have got a whole tip like Q-Tip. We wouldn't have got to know him really. Like, yeah, you have Vibrant thing and things like that, but the duo of him and Fife just was like, it was hip hop, and the way they dressed, the way they had what was it? Was it Ali dancing? Like, it was just a hip hop thing for real.
Yeah.
So that's what Tribe got me into it initially. Beastie Boys, like all types of good old classic hip hop.
Yeah, you like the rap groups.
Yeah, the groups. I mean, in the '90s, it was about your groups.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
and even you had your obviously
Oh,
your
yeah, of
solo
course,
albums,
yeah.
but like the groups were
Definitely
it at
popping,
that
man.
point. So
Yeah.
and everybody had their own style and
Yep.
stood for different beliefs and brought different things to the table. So
Yeah, it's funny. It's in the '90s, it was really about originality, and you couldn't sound like the next person. If you sound like the next person, like That's a quick way to get bounced up out the game.
And that was every
genre. Mess
genre.
with you.
Every genre was like everybody was trying different new things and or taking the old things and putting spins on them. So it was like music was just everything sounded new and
fresh.
Yeah, so that's why everybody always says like, "Oh, the '90s was such a like," because you still get it's all new now, but it was just a different feel, like just more raw. I feel like.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think '90s is certainly one of my '90s was certainly one of my favorite eras of hip hop. What up, Bobby?
Yeah, popularized rap.
What
groups.
up, IHJ DGA? What up to you too, bro? Everybody tuned in to us right now.
I think the rap group movement should be popularized again.
Yeah, no, I'm with that too.
Bring them
definitely don't see as many rap groups nowadays.
You don't. I mean, yeah, like Flatbush.
Yeah, Flatbush.
Like there's like, but the groups ain't like really like doing group stuff. They all got their solo acts and then they'll come together to do stuff. But like, yeah, bring back the groups that like we're really rocking whole projects and stuff. Like
it's tough to get it because, like you said, once one person starts getting a little bit of popularity, and it might not even be their decision, so I don't even want to say that it's up to them, but the label themselves might say, "Hey, this is the
and
guy."
Stuff move people. Yeah, so it's like there's a lot behind the scenes.
There's a lot of behind the scenes too. Yeah, so it's hard to keep probably a collaborative group together.
Like Black Hippies was a great group. Yeah. Like, but you got Schoolboy Q, Absol, Kendrick, J Rock. Like all their schedules are gonna be
crazy
everywhere. So it's hard to get groups like that together.
Yeah, but I think with them, like, they were more of solo artists who end up collaborating. It's not like a true, like they started off as a group and end up doing solo shit.
Well, they did whenever they all first were when they were younger, because J Rock was already established kind of when they came through with the TDE stuff.
Right.
So like they were all young and all on that same level, on the same plane. Not to say one's better than the other, but they were all on the same
trajectory, basically.
So like now we get to see who's gravitating towards who more. So we got our groups, and now we got our solo projects. Like Top did what theirs, but they did the artist development. They did it on point. They did it right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
especially for independent label, Top definitely did something amazing with the four of them.
Yep. Every artist stands out on their own.
Yeah,
like they drop a project and people get hyped for every individual's project. You know what I mean? So, and they were crushing it from the, once they started getting that buzz till now.
Till present day,
yeah. So like it's Top did it right. Now he's got a whole bunch of new artists that he's, starting to push. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Do they have the formula? I think so.
I think it's always tough with something like that too, because you see a group like that and they have such a identity, and those figures are so polarizing, right? It's tough for someone to come underneath that, like Isaiah Rashad. It's tough for him to live in the shadows of what Black Hippie was.
Some big shoes, man. But I feel like those artists tend to stand out on their own, and like Isaiah Rashad got his following for sure, to where he drops the Sylvia demo like 40 times, and everybody gets hype every time it drops. And but he still, he got his fan base, and I think a lot of the times that comes down to personal things with the artist as well. Can you produce? Or are you in the zone to give? Because it's a whole other scale after you start, reaching that love, where you're like overthinking some of your projects that maybe you wouldn't overthink before.
Right.
So I mean, I know like just interviews and stuff like that. I like to read interviews and stuff like that. So I think that's all that is for him. Because like on his own, honestly, like he really be crushing, and his stage presence is crazy. And from what I've watched, and I just think it's cool to watch Top and them develop their artists.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like we said, they got such a great track record of that. And one of y'all mind turning on that light over there? I was wondering why it was so dark. That one over there. For sure. But let's get back to the Mulu, man. So you said you was heavily inspired by the Tribes, the Arrested Developments. You said even some of the old school sound that you heard, like the old school R&B. Yeah, Earth Gang for sure. I mean, no, there's definitely a lot. I mean, we can go through a whole
pro era.
Yeah, we can go through a whole
but
segment.
Then, once the person in that group, because I think Earth Gang, they stay together. Like pro era, they're not.
Well,
really,
Earth Gang, they drop solo stuff sometimes.
They do, but you see them together more often than not.
Yeah.
So like it's just they're still groups, but I don't think it's as like at the forefront like it used to be.
Costa Contra. I mean, there's hella groups. I mean, we can go down a whole list of groups, but
there's definitely groups I don't even know.
Yeah, it ain't even necessary. But yeah, back to you. You said you grew up on that type of stuff, that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that reflective in your music today? Some of the stuff that you grew up on, you were initially inspired by?
Yeah, I think through the whole, like all everything I've dropped, You can hear hints of the old school where like the samples from Ornery Kid, from Tizo, a lot of soulful chops, a lot of old school chops. I dabbled in some of the trap stuff, but like now I think in the stuff I'm dropping now, from Bad Mulu Bad to Extremely Loud, you're starting to get more of the influences that I like to listen to now, which is more like your Childish Gambinos, your Kendricks, your Coles, your Earth Gangs, Lupe. I mean, there's a lot that I like threw out because like hip hop was introduced to me at a young age. There's just a lot of artists that I listen to, and then like through friendships and different schools that I went to, it's where I got my love for bands. My dad also put me on to like, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, stuff like that. By showing me a documentary on Woodstock once. Like, it's just different things that I took in coming up. Music was just a thing for me.
Was your dad big into music?
Yeah, my dad used to work out a lot in the basements, and the music that he would bump would just range a lot. So a lot of my music taste comes from car rides with my pops and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like even stuff that at the time I was like, what are you listening to? And
Yeah.
then like later on, I found myself like looking it up on Spotify real quick and being like, man, I just need to like bump this real quick.
No, it's funny how often I interview people when I hear that same thing.
Yeah.
Like the rejection that you have as a kid initially when
Yeah.
you're in those car rides and you're like, man, what is this?
It's like
I
they're
don't wanna
really
hear
putting
this.
you onto some heat. You gotta let
Right.
them put you onto some heat just because it's a different genre than what you're really bumping to at the time. But like I said, I mean, from my grandma to my aunts, my uncles, my dad, whoever got the aux cord or at the time putting the
Tape deck.
CD, this and like,
Yeah.
it was just like, man, there's so much good music. My cousins used to come up from South Carolina and bring up like, that's where I first heard Pastor Troy. Like there's just a whole bunch, like Cameron. There's a bunch of Cameron like mixtape stuff. My cousin we used to get pumped for him to come up and just pull up with the mixtape. So
You know he's gonna have that fire.
yeah, like he was gonna put us on to something we didn't listen to yet. So
Yeah.
and so it was just always a music's always been a thing.
It's always been a part of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just not even like forced upon. It's just my family loving like family reunions used to be like
It set a tone.
Yeah, so like if you grew up with a lot of like your family reunions pop like that, then like music is just something I think good music is embedded in you when you have that culture with you.
Yeah, it becomes a soundtrack for you. It becomes a soundtrack to your life.
It's stuff you can always go back to, and like there's some music that you listen to where you attach feelings, good memories to. So like
Yeah, that's what I was just getting to.
Yeah.
It being a soundtrack to your life, like you said, you go back and listen to those songs that you might have bumped with your pops, and that might take you back to a moment in a car with a conversation that you had with them, to whatever.
Something you can unlock something for you real quick. So like those things can hold those memories. Hold fucking when you look back at memories, like you said, they hold answers for you sometimes. So having like my music to encapsulate those moments, and they reveal themselves when it's time when you're listening to that jam. There's still like songs like my grandma. We lost my grandma a couple years ago, and there's still songs that pop up on shuffle. I'll just let them rock when they come on because I know it's like Graham trying to talk to me. So, music's definitely something that I have that attachment to.
Yeah, and it becomes spiritual at that point, right? It becomes a whole different spiritual experience. Now we're doing the shows with the cousins for the family, right? We're performing. Now, when was the first time that you started, or not when, but do you remember the first song that you actually crafted yourself that was an original Mulu joint? Was it even a Mulu at that time? Did you have a different handle before you started?
Yeah, I used to go by C Holt, and then J. Cole came out, and I said I have to change it because so I ended up going with Mulu. But first song that I used to rip YouTube beats a lot before people started making beats for me, and I think the first. Actually, no, I do remember the first song I ever recorded was over "Lark in My Go Kart" by Asher Roth. Asher Roth. The I Love College dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually got bars if you really listen to Asher, like beyond that album. But the beat selection was crazy. So Lark in My Go Kart was something I always did. It was in Chris Martin's basement. His brother had a soundboard and a microphone linked up to it.
Shout out Chris Martin and the bro.
Shout out to he drums. Yeah, he's a nice drummer. And we recorded that. I recorded over Lark in My Go Kart. I recorded over, I want to say one mic. And I think that was it. Just two or three songs just into a microphone that was plugged into a soundboard, and we recorded it there. Those were my first recordings. I don't know if those even exist anymore.
Yeah, you don't have them?
I don't. I do not. I used to share my stuff on was it DivShare at the time, which was like you would just have a download link to give people and they would download it, and then DivShare went down, and when it went down, it took all my stuff,
lost everything that
all
was
my
on there
old
with
joints.
it.
Yeah. But the first one that people actually like really got to hear here was I did a joint over DANCE by Justice. Wale actually did one first, but that's where I like first heard the song. And my dad still has that recording. So
yeah.
sometimes I'm like, don't play that, but yeah. But yeah, early on, I was C Holt, and it was anything anybody that would let me record somewhere. I had fucking just raps that I used to write all the time in notebooks over any beat I could rip off YouTube. I used to steal my neighbor's Wi-Fi and sit on the porch and rip beats off YouTube for hours.
Now, whenever you started making those songs, you did the first few songs that you were recording. What was the reaction like? What was it like when people heard you making this music? Were they supportive?
It depended. I mean, some people were definitely like, "This is ass."
Yeah.
And some people fucked with the vibe or like just the energy behind the words or the intention behind the songs. Some people got it and some people didn't. So, I remember Adam Ross actually got me my first show at the Max, and we brought a kid in from Ohio, and the show was cool, man. Like, a lot good little handful of people came out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always done shows with bands, or like I was a part of a band in high school just for a brief moment where I was just standing in and rapping over songs they were covering. So like it's always been a mixed thing. Some people fuck with me from that time and then like listen to everything. Some people caught me when I was at Circle K passing out CDs, and been rocking with me since then. So like most of the fans that I gained is really interaction wise.
Grassroots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I pride myself. I did pride myself. I still do pride myself in being like a grassroots thing, even though it's a digital world now. So
right.
Grassroots takes on a whole new meaning, which I'm still figuring out. But
yeah.
Early on, it was really like selling. It was kind of like selling CDs out the trunk, but I just had them with me in my backpack or my JanSport or whatever, and would be like, "Yo, you want to hear something?" They're like, "Yeah." So some people would like come back the next day and let me know it was cool, and some people would come back and not say anything, and some people would come back and be like, "Man," it just depended. I remember one time I had an older cat. So I had a older cat that was just straight up like, "This ain't hip hop, bro." It was like, all right, damn.
Did he ever elaborate on that? Did you ask him?
Nah, he kind of had hater energy. Anyways, like he was like, and he's the type of dude that was like that with everybody. Like, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. Like, he just like,
a contrarian.
Yeah, he just wanted to be
with
that.
Some shit.
Yeah, so you'll run into those people too, though.
Yeah.
But overall, I think everybody's always been somewhat supportive of the music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you said you got mixed reviews on the music. Now, whenever you're getting these reviews, whether they're good or bad, how was you taking it in? Would you like take it in and work with the criticism? Would you take it in and even when it's a good comment, would that make you more inclined to make music that they liked? Like, what was you doing when you were getting that criticism or when you're getting that good feedback from people? Like, how did that fuel you? Or did it even have any effect on you?
And early on, it used to kind of like crush my spirit a little bit
when you got the bad.
Yeah, but then I started to, I mean, even from the first, criticism that I've gotten, it crushed me, but at the same time, it's like I gotta take something from it. So like I've always taken something from it, even if it rubbed me the wrong way, even if the delivery was like harsh as hell. There was something to be learned in those and to help you make songs, but sometimes you can overthink some of the things people say. Some people just like to troll.
Yeah.
So you got to be, you got to use your discernment on when it comes to those things. Don't let certain things affect you, and it's tough. I mean,
were you good at that early on, like figuring out like?
I think early on I just didn't give a shit what anybody thought. I was really like, I'm making music and I'm getting to record it and I'm putting stuff out. So not everybody, it wasn't. When I started, the internet was, I'm not that old where internet wasn't popping, but like we didn't have, it wasn't so easy to get on Spotify and things like that. So you had to work for that stuff. I forgot what I was saying for a second. I lost my train of thought.
About the early on, how the criticism affects you.
Oh yeah, early on I really didn't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started dropping projects and people were like more bored with the boom bap vibe.
Yeah.
So then I felt inclined to start rapping over trap beats, sounding beats, because that's what everybody wanted to hear me over.
What's up,
So,
everybody in the chat? I see y'all comments, but I can't read them right now because my eyes are terrible. I see you, Sean. I see you, Bobby.
what up, Sean, Bobby? What's
IDH,
going on? He said MySpace went down and took yeah, like MySpace going down. That was, I know that took some people's stuff away for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, early on, I didn't give a shit. It wasn't until we started dropping projects where like people were starting to be like, I was long winded. I wasn't doing hooks. I was just rapping.
Okay.
So like, and then I started seeing myself also like whenever I be listening, what people were showing people stuff, you know, the attention span started kind of like halfway through. I'm like, I got it, because I used to be like, man, fuck a hook. But then it was like, all right, I need to start working on some hooks. And then I started working with my boy Mike, Matos, and that's what we did the Trust the Process joints. Trust the Process 1 was actually, well, he didn't do the first Trust the Process. Trust the Process 1 was the first time I put together songs that I recorded on GarageBand. Okay. And I was dropping them on SoundCloud. And I finally just grabbed a bunch of random songs that I put on my SoundCloud and made Trust the Process 1. I was just like, we're going to put it out on streams and see what happens. And some of my favorite songs are on off of there. So,
well, that kind of leads me to my next question I was going to ask you. When did you feel like you had the breakthrough of when you found your sound, like you found yourself in music? When do you feel like that? What was that breakthrough song or that breakthrough project where you really found yourself?
Ornery Kid was the one that really like okay, so the Trust the Process 1, that was just like me rapping and finding what songs were fun to perform and like just throwing something out there to give people. Trust the Process 2 was a lot of the feedback from 1 was people wanted more trappy stuff. They didn't want to like the experimental vibe. They didn't. So I was like, I can do that shit. Like, watch. So I did Trust the Process 2 with Mike, and he was very adamant on like, yo, you should rap over some of these type of beats. And I was like, but we made Trust the Process 2, and that was fun. It allowed us to have a lot of fun in those sessions. And then Ornery Kid came through, where the house I was living at the time, my bedroom was a studio. I had my big ass desk, my speakers. People would come through and work, and if people weren't there, I'd be working. Throw an anime on the screen and have it muted and fucking just like get some work done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Ornery Kid was that like the peak of people coming over. I think Sensei came over for sure. We did Top Floor, and I think we did something about Evernote up there. A lot of stuff came out of that crib, and Ornery Kid was one of them, and that was like just all together like a special energy, like a special moment energy wise. I recorded everything on my like camera, like little clips, not everything, just like little behind the scenes moments, and that's when I started doing my promo game. So like everything started, I got comfortable in the Ornery Kid run.
What do you think changed about that time? Like, what got you in that zone? What got you in that mode to where you were more focused, or what appears to me to be more focused at that time? Like, what got you in that mode? What was it that you were going through in life, or what was it about the situation that you were in? Was it the having a studio in your room? Like, yeah. What brought you into that mode?
I mean, I was hungry. I mean, I always had a chip on my shoulder kind of, because like when I did start the mixed reviews, like I said, some of them were harsh. I mean, I remember still when my cousin had a little blog thing that he used to do for the town, and they trashed our project. They gave us a crazy grade, and it was like, you know, a lot of harsh talk on the bars and stuff, and
yeah,
bummed me out a little bit.
What were they saying?
So, like, just like, you know, just the there was no real like, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? The lyrics weren't really, there wasn't nothing there. The punchlines, the beats were like, man. And it was when I used to go out of the Black Fam studio. So like it was me and my boy Taylor. We dropped Sprays and Vans, and like the people around my school fucked with it, but like other people did not. So like it was like, all right. So I had a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to prove. I always felt like I had something to prove as a MC. And I also liked the competitive side of being an MC as well. So like I was leaning, when I first started rapping, into that heavy. I want to show everybody got bars. So I would just rap for long periods of time. But then like, you know, the Ornery Kid phase was more like, yo, I could take all my inspirations and things that I went through growing up, and channel them into these songs. Like Tizo made some really great beats that he, chopped up from samples, and that shit pulls things out of you. Certain samples or certain sounds will pull this energy out of you, man, where you just, it's not really you writing. It's really like, oh man, I didn't even really realize I felt like these things until I heard this, and it made me think about this, and now I can tap into that. And then you also blend that with interactions you have with other people, conversations you have with other people. Like, as an artist, interaction is key. So if you isolate yourself, it's real hard to make that work.
Were you being more like basing more things off of your experience at that time around Ornery Kid? Was that
Most of the stuff that basically everything I write is like something that I've experienced, or a friend of mine might have like told me something, and then the beat I got or the hook on the beat I got makes me think of that, so I tap into the energy of that conversation.
right?
It's just wherever that beat takes me in my mind, or my thoughts and memories I don't think about on a day to day.
Right.
So I think Ornery Kid was like more me writing in real time. Some of the songs were old, like bar wise, because I just keep notebooks and old notes and Evernotes just in case. Like there's days where I just write bars, or I write a whole shitty song, but there's 2 dope lines in there. So, yeah, at that time in that period, the Ornery Kid period, I was writing like basically every day. I went through my old Evernote account the other day, and there was not a day that I didn't write something, or an idea, or just like a bar, or a joke, or a skit idea, or something.
Yeah.
Stuff that I still haven't done to this day, just ideas, man.
Have you always been like a creative, like you said, skits and jokes? Like, is writing just something that's a part of you? Do you just enjoy the writing process?
Yeah, I like creating things, man. It's like, even if it's for myself, I started like working on beats too. Right now, I'm only good at making loops. I got to learn how to structure things out, but I just like creating. Writing has always been a freeing thing for me, a therapeutic thing for me. And when I was growing up, I was like, child of divorce and stuff. So when you're in school, you're getting introduced to different things in different classes. And my English teachers always like fucked with the ideas or things I wrote
Yeah.
when it came to like the creative, story time, storytelling, whatever. So like, music, once I lost my cousin Josh, because that was the person I like could really bounce things off of, music became the way I could get things out. I wasn't showing anybody the things I was writing when I was in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 8th
Right.
grade. It wasn't until my freshman year in high school that I started getting confident enough to show my cousin songs. And then the first song that I recorded, actually, that everybody heard, peace bro, was Over Incredible. But was it who was the Incredible song by? I know Wayne had a verse on it. But that's the first song, because I showed my cousin and she was like tripping off the verse, and she made a verse and it was about me, and I'm like, no, take me out of it, make it about you. So she had a verse, and then the dude who was my mentor, like in recording and stuff like that, KC the Prince, bro, Sean,
for sure.
shout out to him, blah. But he was the one that was like, he came down, we showed him our verses, he's like, let's go over to the studio and record this. And we made Incredible. So like, that's the first legit like joint that I put out. And then, then I did DANC and Made You Look by Nas, something, and some other joints.
So you're doing those songs, you letting them out. Ornery Kick, you released. What was the reaction like? What was the feedback from that project?
Ornery Kid got a lot of positive, a lot of love, for real. More love than I was expecting. I was nervous because some of the songs are personal. Some of the bars, some of the songs are a little all over the place storytelling wise on my part, because I would be writing and then like my brain would shift somewhere else while I'm writing the song. So like, the subject matter all relates to the hook, but it's not like a fluent song, you know what I mean? So it's like you can hear where I was learning how to write songs.
Yeah.
Instead of just writing full verses and just being like, here's a
You
song.
became more of a songwriter.
Yeah, we were learning how to bust out hooks, and I still perform They Say to this day at every show, because the who the fuck is they part is a great call and response. You can teach it to a crowd real easy before you go on, so nobody might know you, but they'll remember that song. And so like, there's some great songs, and one that I thought that people would not gravitate to at all. I thought people would kind of be like, we don't want to hear this. It was Lou Lament. That's the one that people still send me to this day, where I'll get a screenshot when I'm like real down bad. It's like somebody can feel it somewhere, because I'll get a screenshot like, bro, I'm bumping Ornery Kid right now. Can't wait to hear
That charge
something.
you up when you
And
get
it'd
that
be
when you get that?
Lululemon. It picks me up because it always happens like when I need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I have low moments. You know, the older you get, you know, kind of figuring out, you know, what's the pursuit in it anymore? Like, do you really want to like try to go for broke to get bread off of it? You know, do you still want to enjoy doing it? Like, it's you know, you have your highs and lows as a creative the older you get. But as long as you remember why you're doing it, that's all that matters. You can always make music or find a way to keep music in your life. You don't have to be known to enjoy your passion. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. That's exactly it, and that's one of the things that I always say to artists. I say to myself, um, is you got to remember, like, what did you do it for? What are you originally doing it for? Like,
Yeah.
are you doing it for the love of the art? Like, and I think that's kind of the before I go off into that, but you always got to keep that in the forefront of your mind. And when you start doing it for other reasons, for fame
Yeah.
or money or whatever, that's when it starts to lose its heart and it
Yeah.
doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as
It's
good.
like finding I think every artist comes into that, like, because you know, you start out, you're doing it, it's for the love, it's for the fun, and then you eventually you're like, I want to get paid for what I love to do. Why would I not? And then you realize when you're doing that in that pursuit, it's like, man, it makes you not hate it, but it's like now you're like, man, this feels kind of forced, or this feels
Yeah.
weird, and now you're doing stuff because this
It
is
loses
hot,
its
and this is
soul. Yeah.
you're not really locked in on it like you were for the reasons that you started, and you start to get away from that. And, you know, it's just like even like when it comes to you and God, and you straying off the path type
Yep.
stuff. You know, you're gonna stray off the path, bro. Sometimes you have to, and you might bring some cool shit back when you come back to the
Yeah,
path. You know what I'm
true.
saying? You gotta learn sometimes the hard way or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, for sure. So we're doing Ornery Kid. We get the we dropped that. People were responding to it.
Yeah, that was fun. We did some great shows. Tizo did some shows with me where he DJ'd. We actually threw a show in my backyard
For real?
for October. It was what 3 years ago. We set up a bunch of little bonfire pits, and I had to like control traffic as far as like parking goes, but we made it work. Written Hour Productions helped me throw it. They had a little stage. We knocked some of the tall grass down, built a stage out of the neighbor was getting rid of their pool deck. So
It turned out to be a perfect stage.
yeah, like perfect timing too. So we got a good group together and put the stage down.
Was that your first time ever throwing a show?
No.
Okay.
So like I mean I've thrown shows whenever we had Bar None around. I threw a couple shows up there, and that was fun. That was my first time throwing one like a straight up DIY show though.
Right.
Where we got people like that knew how to run sound. They ran that shit out of the power of the house, and you know what I mean? Like we told the neighbors we're gonna be a little late, and they were like, "That's fine."
Yeah, they were understanding.
Yeah, they were cool about it.
That definitely helps.
Everybody throws a little party down in that patch, so like every now and then you're gonna get some late night noise. But we had a whole like live show, and it was cool. We had people come up, freestyle some. You know what I mean? I like to do stuff like that when I throw shows and get the crowd to feel relaxed and have fun. And everybody takes themselves too serious sometimes, so you gotta be
bro.
like, yo, we're gonna fuck up too, bro. Come up here and freestyle. That's what we did when we was in Nashville, and it turned out real fun.
Yeah. So now we talked a little bit off camera about it, but I know you have like it seems like you have like a love for Nashville. It's almost a home away from home.
Yeah.
Within music for you. Now, how did the whole Nashville connection come about?
It actually started from a friend that I made through the band I was involved in high school. And he was coming to just being like a guest star guitarist. His name's Isaac Short from the Weird Sisters. Go check out the Weird Sisters. Out of Nashville, great band. But at the time, he was just Isaac, and I remember he had like this look, bro. He looked kind of like Austin Powers a little bit, but he was cool as shit. And when he started playing the guitar, I'm like, damn, this dude is insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like I always call him a mad scientist, and like I've called him that from when I first seen him play, and then now it's just like watching him. He's like building rigs and shit like that, and just like the music they make is crazy. So yeah, I call him the mad scientist. But like years later, like me and him remained friends. So years later on Facebook, I see him, I message him. I'm like, yo, what are you doing for 420? I don't even know how many years ago this is at this point. This is kind of like, has to be around 2012-ish. And he's like, oh, we do now. And they built a whole show where it was me, them, and the morning after crew at the 5 spot or the High Watt. I think it's the High Watt. And it was a crazy show. First time in Nashville. I went and seen like a little jazz show before I went on. Like at there was a little jazz spot down the road. Me and my sister went and grabbed some eats and fucking walked into a jazz show.
Yeah, I always heard that the Nashville like music scene was crazy. Like the nightlife there's
music
full
everywhere.
of live entertainment.
Literally, you can't go anywhere without hearing some jams. Or,
right.
And from the first time I went down to now, well, actually the first time I went down was fresh out of high school, and that was just me and a couple friends that I met at a mutual friend's house, and they were like, everybody just smoking and chilling, and I'm like, we're having a good time, we're just bullshitting, and the dude was like, yo, you want to go to Nashville with us? And I was like, didn't really know these guys. You named the 4 people, like 3 people. I was like, fuck it, yeah, why not? Why would I say no? Fresh out of high school, road trip, I don't really get to go nowhere. I'm gonna roll the dice. These people are cool people. We all know the same people. We're smoking together. Fuck it, let's take a trip. So we took a trip to Nashville, and we went to see a buddy who was going to one of the schools down there. I can't think of the name of it at the moment. So we went and like that's where we crashed at basically. That was like HQ, and we just walked around Nashville a lot. First, as soon as we got in there, we're down on the strip, and this dude comes up to us, and he's like, "I ain't gonna lie to you guys, all right? I like to get drunk." And asked this, as if it's a bread. And I was like, fuck it, I respect the honesty. Yeah, I gave him a couple of bucks. I was like, yeah, that was usually people try to give you a whole runaround. He said, look, he like he was like a salesman. He was pitching that shit because he's like talking to everybody. He's like, you know what? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I like to get drunk. We're like, I just start laughing. I said, you got me there, bro. Here you go.
Go no further, my man.
And my friends were looking at me like, bro, I'm like, fuck that. Y'all don't gotta give him shit. I gave him something. I know he's making more than what I just gave him with that pitch. So Nashville's just always been a thing, but the first time I got to perform down there, it was great. The Morning After Crew's a great rap group out of there, and actually they're in the Fumes video for Extremely Loud. So it's all about networking. That's how I started getting out there, was friends being like, yeah, come open up for us. I went down, that's how I got introduced to the Basement, opening up for the Weird Sisters, Violet Moons, and I just meet great bands, great musicians every time I go down there. And a lot of full circle moments.
That's what I was going to ask you. Has that turned into like other collaborations from those experiences down there?
Yeah. Actually, the High Watch show introduced me to Juju, which is who I made Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope with. He produced it. But sorry. Before that, he remixed Jeremy Stinson's Phone's Not Ringing. And that's how I met Jeremy, as I put a verse on that. And then Juju's been sending me beats, for Extremely Loud for a while, just different packs and different sounds. And we did a couple other songs that, we haven't dropped yet. And that's how I met Jeremy. Jeremy's also on the album. Jeremy sings on like 3 of the songs on the album.
Dope.
I met Christian Hanna through everybody that I'm, through Juju. So all my stuff's just been like, everybody knows this person or that person, and then I meet them, or they came to a show and seen it, and they're like, dude, you're sick. Christian like filmed the one joint that I had at the Basement performance I had. He filmed it for me. That's like, we kind of got cool after that. He plays a mean fucking bass. He plays on Acidic. He plays on Healing. I think that's it. And I met Christian Northover. I keep wanting to call him Northcutt for some reason. The drummers. And we've been working on stuff, and he played in the live show that we just did the last time I went down there.
Now, we definitely got to get in some of the music. You just dropped a project not too long ago, right?
Yeah, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope, out on all streaming platforms. So make sure you go listen to that. We got music videos up on the YouTube page at Mulu HQ. So type in Mulu HQ and give us a subscribe, a follow. And check out the videos we have up there. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, and while we're there, tell the people how to get a hold of you on socials, if all that they want to follow you, see what the journey's like. How can they do all that?
At M.U.L.U Music, M.U.L.U Music, M.U.S.I.C.
Yes,
basically sir. On everything except for YouTube, it's Mulu HQ. And I believe on TikTok it is Mulu HQ as well. So, and I just do dumb stuff, you know, like every now and then, like a little joke on TikTok. But you know, it's all music stuff. You can check out basically everything we've been doing since Bad Mulu Bad all the way up to now. And then Instagram's cool. I know a lot of people say you got to delete your old posts, but it's a whole wall. Like if you go down all the way to the beginning, if you ever got that bored and wanted to look at it, you could see where it went from being like a thing I just posted dumb shit on to where it was like music started taking over, and then music completely took over. And then I started to like hone how I posted or what I like crafted them, you know what I mean? Like posts and videos, and started getting into Adobe and things like that.
It's an evolution of you.
Yeah, it's literally like, and I was like, I went to delete a bunch of posts the one time to like clear and make space, make it more neat, and I was like, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
so I like this is like cool if somebody was like,
It tells a story.
yeah, and if you just were starting out or something and you needed to like see that the journey really ain't like that hard, but I mean really not easy, but it's not like you just gotta push yourself out there, bro.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
even if it comes off as you know your embarrassing moments, there's cringe. People want to talk about cringe and shit like that, but you know those moments are what ends up you know making you, molding you into who you are. So
100%.
yeah. I was like, I'm keeping all this shit up. So yeah, at M.U.L.U Music, check all that stuff out.
Make sure y'all check them out, man.
On streaming platforms, just M.U.L.U and look for this face.
For sure. Now let's get into some of that music, bro. Play something off the latest project.
Let's play some.
I know you got some unreleased shit to it.
Yeah, no, we gonna sneak some stuff, but let's see let's give him Vendetta.
I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better than just following the trendsetters? Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold for the mold cause it don't impress us. Nah, I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better than just following the trendsetters? Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold for the mold cause it don't impress us. I'm the dreamer, my ancestry magnified through the ears with the power to inspire if envy ain't grip my peers. A writer in a world of fear itself and knows to steer to the road is travel less cause challenges make better feels. Vision too long to fit in reels. Writing scripts too deep for accolades, but what's been made is something that critics can kill. A cult classic that lives beyond my human years. That's something they don't want y'all to hear. I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better than just following the trendsetters? Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold fit the mold cause it don't impress us. Nah, I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better than just following the trendsetters? Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold fit the mold cause it don't impress us. Projections of the weak ain't me. I laugh at the attempts to make me feel like I ain't meant for a gift that they wish they get. The ones that talk the toughest be bluffing, soul of a bitch. Vibrations low, rejected by my soul before I switch. Become a hateful troll that sits at home and causes rifts. Am I a mad rapper or am I sick of the diss? Biting my tongue but it don't rip, the truth I always slip. Cause it only ever offends the ones that tend to run from it. Sitting in the shade of the trees, I'm on my country shit. Living off the land, raising fam and moving comfortably. Sharpening the sword for the hidden hatred that comes from me. Beating on the craft of the dream to bring the cream. But the rich man, a camel and thread keep harming me. Do I keep going for gold to retreat? Water my seed, teach him to never be afraid to ever succeed. Equip him with the wisdom gained so that he's better than me. I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better? They just following the trendsetters. Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold fit the mold cause it don't impress us. Nah, I'm a dreamer with a vendetta. Who better? They just following the trendsetters. Nightmares make flow pressure. We don't fold fit the mold cause it don't impress us. Motherfucker.
That is Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
We have a music video for that. Shout out to Adam Aspects on Instagram and all that. Shout out to him for shooting it. Shout out to Juju for helping put it together. Bro, when I pulled up the first day and like when I went to go do the videos, I pulled up, they had that shit coned off. They had fire performers. They had the drum set and everything ready. Like I felt like I was pulling up to like a legit shoot, and we have fun, man. Like we had the Vendetta mask. We did, a couple days of that. But like, man, it was like the energy was cool. Everybody's playing. The Weird Sisters came out. They were like playing their joints. She's playing the drums with the flames, with the sticks with the flames. So like, and the neighbors were cool about it. Actually, two of the neighbors were the fire performers.
Oh, that's crazy.
That were in the video. So
yeah.
and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to piece it together. And I finally sat down at Adobe and edited that one.
Oh, you edited that joint yourself?
Yeah, I edited that video.
Okay.
Juju, I think, did Fumes, and so did I think part Adam, and then Adam did Real Time and Acidic. So it was like real group team effort on all of it to make sure everything got out and put out on time, and everything looks great. The shots look great. He color graded everything great. I learned how to do a little bit of color grading for Vendetta, so we made it look a little bit more like sinister with the Vendetta mask. But you know, it was like a whole other thing to learn, something else to learn.
Right.
I like my brain my brain's always busy, so like when I can learn something new, and it's so a way to create, a new way to create.
Right.
I'm all
something
for
you're
it.
interested in, genuinely interested.
I can get real locked in on that shit. So, almost to a fault. So,
no, that's what's up, man. What inspired the track itself?
whenever I heard
It's definitely funky as hell.
like when I heard the guitar, it gave me like a Rage Against the Machine feel. Rage Against the Machine feel.
Yeah.
And that's a group that we used to cover in the band.
Okay.
So I did a lot of, I got to do some of those covers actually.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that was fun. So that was like the inspiration for the feel of it, and just being a dreamer in a world where like a lot of stuff is not as full of the passion. Like people would admittedly be like, I just do this for a bag.
Yeah.
I just do this to do this or whatever. So like the passion aspect is kind of drained a little bit to where like real passion projects get flamed. I mean, you're still bringing like eyes to the project, but like the internet's real suggestive these days, so, and people rock with a lot of it. Like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah, just for the sake of.
Yeah, just to do it. So
Yeah.
it's like, that's that dream. That's I'm a dreamer with a Vendetta. Who better? They just follow in the trendsetters. Like, I'm just talking, some confidence in my artistry, I guess. Instead of being like, I'm going through some shit, let's talk about that. It's like, I'm going through shit, but who cares? But like, we taking the art back type of deal. Same with Fumes. Like, even the Bag Day Possessions, melt them down and dance around the fumes. Like, there's a lot of bars that are like on that type of time. I just like that energy I was feeling and trying to bottle the energy I was feeling at the time that I got the beats and like aiming it. You know what I mean? And trying to make some crazy, cool, like artsy art project songs. It was a pack that I told him I was listening to A$AP Rock, the Impossible Kid album a lot at the time, where he was like, well, what you listening to? So I told him that, and he sent me like just some wild sounding beats, some funky sounding joints, and everything that he sent me I didn't even get to use. So like Extremely Loud took a long time because of me and personal things, and it took me I took my time on like being able to get back out there. But it was all like on time, man. And I finished some of those songs. Some of those songs were written like 2 years ago and 3 years ago. Some of these songs were finished or written a little bit before I got out there. Excuse me. So like Vendetta was definitely just like that chip on the shoulder coming out a little bit. I'm trying to like release. You know what I mean? I'm getting to that. That's kind of why Healing is the last song. Yeah. Just trying to like get the chip on my shoulder so I can allow myself to create music instead of just being like I'm a rapper. Like I'm an artist. You know what I mean? Like I like to do all types of jams. I grew up on all types of jams. And that's why we got, we're working on shit in Nashville, and I'll sneak peek some of those. We'll talk about that later, but
no, this project definitely did feel like a more of an art project. To your point, like like I said, it was like genre bending.
Yeah, I was super nervous to put it out because it's just very different from things that I've dropped previously. Where like I used to be like real anti any effects on my vocals and things like that. Like it's gotta be hip hop. You know what I mean? But it was like this was like we can have fun every time I go out to Nashville and record with Juju and Jeremy and whoever's coming to sit in. It's always like fun, bro. We're laughing, we're joking, the music's playing. Sometimes songs are literally made out of just like a joke that somebody said, and that's the energy that gets carried into the song. And some of the songs be so left field, but it was just it came out of a fun time with some friends, and that's where I'm at now with the music. It used to be competitive. It used to be like I had fun feeling like doing that aspect of it, and that was probably part angsty teenager, just coming out through music. But now it's just really about enjoying making music and not really caring as much if people fuck with it or not.
Yeah.
Push it, give everything the
Getting
love
back
and
to making the art for yourself.
yeah, still pushing it, and like don't feel pressured by the algorithm to like always be on. You got to be out there, but take your breaks when you need to take your breaks.
Yeah, it's tough, right? That's a good point that you make about taking breaks, because in music, especially now, if you're trying to be in entertainment, it seems like you got to constantly create content,
Yeah.
because people are so starved for it, and it's
Well, you-
so much of it. And it's easy to be left behind in the dust if you're not constantly creating that content.
Yeah.
But it is important to also take time for yourself.
Well, people say all it takes is one song. So like, it's all about like we tried to roll out Extremely Loud properly. You know what I mean? We gave it a process. We gave them every music videos, single every month. So everybody's pushing buttons to see what works, and sometimes it's exhausting. And you get your project out, and then it's like, oh yeah, now you got to promote it. Now you got to push it even when I got to make more content, and you also have to deal with your personals, and that's choices and stuff like that. I mean, if your difficulty the level of difficulty you're playing on is based off choices. So it's about trying to find balance, which is hard, because doing this is like a business. Is like you said, it's demanding.
Yes.
And if you're wearing all the hats, bro, it can get really like,
Yes.
damn, why am I doing this? And now like your soul's not even in your music, and you're like, man, I gotta get back to like I went through my old notebooks. I carry around from move to move because I lost a lot of things moving around. But one thing I always held on to were notebooks from like probably like eighth grade freshman yearish all the way till I graduated. A sketchbook that I use as a yearbook. So like I went through all that shit the other night because it was just been sitting in the corner, and like I used to write just like everything, bro. Everything I was like journals. It's like reading journal entries, but like trying to make them bars, and some of them like nothing was rhyming. It was just me just like getting things out, and I'm like, man, just the passion, even behind some of the songs and what I was saying, the confidence level, the I don't give a shit if you like me or not energy, like, it kind of gets lost in the sauce when you're playing the game. So it's like, fuck the game, bro. Just like, if you love it, and it'll love you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it take to get you to that point? Was it the
Trials and tribulations, brother.
yeah?
You're going through it. I've taken leaps of faith. I've quit jobs to try to do shit full time, and you know what I mean. Like I be grinding, man. Like trying to learn how to do clothes. Like I didn't make this, but I put the joint on the bag. I have some of the clothes from my store that you can get in the link tree, which I'll post in the comments or whatever. But it's just trying to learn different things and finding different ways it's different outlets, creativity, and just making things. People will buy things. People will not buy things because they don't like you, or they don't really know you, or somebody they know doesn't like you, or they just don't like your shit. Or they just didn't click it,
Right?
Because you didn't
check
make
it
it
out.
interesting enough, or
Yeah.
it didn't capture their eyes. Because everybody's scrolling every day, so you can choose to take it personally, or you can grind harder. And that's where it's at. But I always tell people whenever it's like younger cats I'm talking to, like if you're gonna do it, bro, make sure every choice that you make is for that. Because anything that you add as obstacles or can lengthen that time. But if you're all in, you're like you're living your life, of course, because you have to have things to write about. But like you're really locked in on that shit, you can do it.
Yeah.
But you gotta give it time, give it time, give it love, give it energy. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, good.
So yeah, but I love doing the music. I love creating. I love making stuff. And Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope is proof of that. We were just trying different things, and I got to put some extra. Like healing is like was scary for me to put out because one, it's an 8-minute song in a world of 2-minute songs.
Right.
But I love Prince, and Prince makes 12-minute songs if he wants to. So it's like make what you want. So we did Healing, and Healing was a huge fucking poem that I just wrote. And then there was like, oh, we have to make a song still. So and this is me going back. This is like a song for me for the C Ho era where I'm just rapping. Like there's a hook in there and there's a little breakdown, but it's just me rapping stream of consciousness, like just giving thoughts on the world, the grind, the way the world affects the grind, like my mindset, like a peek into my brain, pretty much. I wrote that actually at a job we was painting at because the lake was just so beautiful that I was like, I'm writing something. So I kept taking a couple extra cigarette breaks to get that poem done.
Get those thoughts out.
Because I had to. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So like that's a real big piece of me in poetry form, because that's what I started like writing poems really before I started writing raps. My teacher used to be like, man, these are good. I'm like, for real? So shout out to Miss Dunham. That's probably not her name now, but shout out to Miss Dunham.
Shout out Miss Dunham, aka Mrs.
Question mark.
Now.
If you know Mrs. Dunham, tag her in the comments right now.
Yeah, tell her check us out,
thank
man.
you.
The world's dopest Marley State of Mind podcast down here.
All the way up to high
Studio,
school. Shout
man.
out to Miss Gaster too. Mrs. Gaster was a real one for creative writing class. She would like force me to read some of my shit in front of the class, and I was like, I don't want to. She's like, come on. Like, I didn't even raise my hand. Like, come on, read it.
Like, no, we want to know. Tell us about it.
One time I wrote a poem about a girl, and she made me read it in front of the class.
Was a girl in that class?
Yeah, I'm like, Mrs. Gaster. She was like, I'm trying to wingman.
Did she bite? The shorty?
Yeah.
That was a win-win. She put you on there.
She threw it up.
Yeah, she gave you the alley-oop.
I was like, come on, though. Like,
Did she know it was about her initially, or did you have to tell her? You know that was about.
Nah, she knew.
She knew.
Yeah.
Off red.
I used to be
You was shooting a shot.
lover boy, yeah.
Yeah. You was shooting them shots.
Hey, man. It's a gift and a curse. The writing is a gift and a curse.
Yeah, man. Certainly
Douchebag comment of the day.
Nah.
No,
Maybe. Maybe.
no.
No, so now you said you did some more music in Nashville.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little taste? I know you said you were gonna have a unreleased bangers for us. You know, we always get them unreleased joints down here.
I'm just excited to show some unreleased joints.
Yeah, man.
I probably should like definitely show more Extremely Loud, but I shouldn't have to show you more. You listen to Vendetta, you can go and stream that.
Make sure you stream that.
Go stream Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope. Put your people on. Go listen to the YouTube page and go listen to the Bad Mulu Bad section that dropped. That was something that we dropped before we even did Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope. So like I really wanted to. I was listening to the group Bad Bad Not Good, and was like, dude, they did a project with Ghostface Killer. It's called, what's it called? I'm gonna figure it out right now. But they did this project with Ghostface Killer, and I was like, there's not a bad. They don't miss on that. They barely miss on anything they do. It's called Sour Soul. And then they had the instrumentals on Spotify. So I was like, I'm writing something. I was just working an overnight job at the time. I was like, I need to get these bars out before we drop like a project. I was so anxiety and paranoid about like doing something that sounded so different because I was so worried. I even say it in Healing, like I'm more worried about what you think than I think of myself, a true trauma child, blah, 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 blah. Like it's part of the poem. But like, you know, so I don't even know where I was asking myself the other day, like, damn, bro, why you even care, bro? Like, get back to making music. That's like when we was in Nashville, like, there's a joint what I did with Wolf. You got Wolf Jones on here, my boy.
What up, Wolf Jones?
What's up, Wolf? If you're in the building.
Yeah, man.
And
if y'all not familiar with Wolf, we did a podcast with him not too long ago. Check that out.
Yes, go check that out, man. Smart dude, smart man. Bro will kick knowledge to you for 24 hours straight if y'all stay up for that long. But yeah, man, great dude to take a road trip with. We listened to nothing but great fucking music on the way there, and good times, good talks, good conversations, good reflection, and we made some fun music in the process. So this is actually a song called Australia. So this is if you know me, you know I don't ever do ass songs. I don't do songs that you can shake your ass to really. But we was all cutting up. And I don't really know what Wolf said. I didn't hear the joke about Australia, but everybody's laughing, and Juju's like, I have a beat for that, actually.
I got a beat for that.
He plays this beat, and everybody's like laughing and shit. And then Wolf crushes the hook, and he crushes his verse. And I was sitting in the corner like, oh, So I'm sitting there trying to get a verse. I'm like, damn. I was like, you know what, bro? Let me take this back to the hotel and I'll write a verse. I don't want to fucking, hold up the session for one, and for two, fuck the song up by trying to rush them. So I was like, I'll bring it back. We still have a whole week.
Yeah.
And cause
Just
he
make it
crushed it,
proper.
bro. Like
Yeah,
his
you wanna
verse,
make it proper.
his verse is crazy.
Yeah.
I tried to keep up on the second. You know what I mean? But like he really crushed it as a whole song, and it was fun to make. And we were just like, all right, let's make a song to cut up to. Like, and that's what I love about Nashville. Is like you don't have to take yourself so serious, bro. Like you can laugh and make music. That's what it's supposed to. If that's the energy you're having in the studio, then imagine that translating into airwaves for people to listen to. It's gonna be felt.
The vibe's gonna be there.
That's what I love about going out there, especially with live instruments. So this is, but aside from the live instruments and boom bap feel that we keep talking about, we're gonna go left field, and I'm gonna play Australia. It's a fun song, and we're gonna be performing it December 3rd at 123 Pleasant Street. So make sure.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all there.
Tickets, early tickets. We got the link up, but I'll repost it also. So make sure you're following as well. We're gonna post about it a lot, but this is a song that we're gonna play for you guys. If you can't tell, my anxiety's high, but
I can't hear it.
Hey, I'ma pack my bags and pop some tags, I'm out the trailer. Venomous little bitches, I ain't tripping, see you later. She be going south, going wild, I can't hate her. Hips up, nose down, she throwing that Australia. Hey, I'ma pack my bags and pop some tags, I'm out the trailer. Venomous little bitches, I ain't tripping, see you later. She be going south, going wild, I can't hate her. Hips up, nose down, she throwing that Australia. These niggas salty as a crocodile. Terry stood, I'm stepping out. Rolling up for dinner now, how the fuck is we eating now? Beating the competition, my nigga, fuck you talking about? Burning a bunch of bush, hella smoky, might just signal out. Kangaroo kinds of bitches ain't tripping, they just hop around. Feeling like Finding Nemo and scheming, my money a child. Surfing through the turf, give a fuck if niggas grill me now, hear me out. Who got that rhythm, who got the motion sounds? Want me at Tasmanian devil level, less woman now. Take her to a steakhouse and day out before we paddle around. What is Sheila, she out back, cooking, need a black and mild. Cozy style, Air Maxes, I think I'm Australia bound. Throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, bring it back, bring it back. Hey, I'ma pack my bags and pop some tags, I'm out the trailer. Venomous little bitches, I ain't tripping, see you later. Yeah, she be going south, going wild, I can't hate her. Hips up, nose down, she throwing that Australia. Hey,
She built like Chun-Li, that's a Dundee. Bloomin' onion booty, lay it on me. Baby, come back to the telly, you need this banger for brekkie. Bust down that bubble, she trouble, but that's my type, I ain't sweating. Bring that P. Sherman over my way, yeah, make it wobbly. Sit down on this Mulu merch imprint and shop with me. Baby, I ain't one for the simp shit. Now chop the trees, roll it up, light it up, and climb that ass on top of me. Throw it in a circle like she listening to Sexy Red. Can you make it clap while I slap and jiggle a little bit? The beard ain't just aesthetic, take a seat. She said you a freak, hand around the neck while I eat, make the grippy weak. Don't tell me you love it, just tell me you love it. No time for color, making home movies with bad bougie groupies that's trying to cuff me. Young Steve, wild scenes from where I roam, taming crazy ladies while hitting the cone. Catch his bone, bitch.
throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, baby, throw it out back. Throw it out back, bring it back, bring it back. Hey, I'ma pack my bags and pop some tags, I'm out the trailer. Venomous little bitches, I ain't tripping, see you later. She be going south, going wild, I can't hate her. Hips up, nose down, she throwing that Australia. Hey, I'ma pack my bags and pop some tags, I'm out the trailer. Venomous little bitches, I ain't tripping, see you later. She be going south, going wild, I can't hate her. Hips up, nose down, she throwing that Australia. Hey, she was a really nice lady.
yeah, but that ass was.
Nice.
It's like Redman, Method Man, like cutting up, just making a song to like for people to shake that ass to. Like, I don't ever do that because I'm always like, nah, bro, I gotta make something.
You see that ass in the natural habitat, you got to jump on it, even if it starts thrashing.
So we have fun.
Yeah.
You gotta not take yourself so serious.
No, for sure.
You gotta have fun with it. So like that was just like Wolf's first time being like in the studio with Juju, and we're just laughing and joking, and the song came out of it. And it was like, yo, you could play this shit, and you know, there's gonna be some people vibing and dancing. But there's also like I did I don't want to say too much about the song. I don't know if you want to keep talking or you want me to show you something else, but like I'm down to talk some more before we
Oh, we
show
can do
something
both for
else.
real.
But yeah, that's like the big thing I take from going to Nashville all the time. Like,
No, I appreciate the fact that you said earlier about how the music is always inspired by life events and not as they're happening, rather be a conversation or something that you experience. And that was a good example of that. Even though you said you had the anxiety about it because it's not something that you normally do, but it still is reflective of what you do because it's something that's based off of the vibe of the moment.
yeah, like we used to like when when school dances were a thing, we used to like really go hard and dance to like. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just always like I'm only listening to straight serious hip hop all day, every day. Like that's not. That's just how my shit comes out. And that's the stuff I like to listen to or the beats I like to serve. And I try to give like a cool side, but I also try to give like peace of my mind at all times. Like, so yeah, it's fun to let loose with different sounds and extremely loud. I'm proud of. My anxiety was just high, like it is usually when I'm about to drop something, but like double because I'm like, fuck, these are crazy sounds, bro. Like, and then I'm like, am I delivering? Because some of the sounds be like Healing I'm proud of because I feel like my delivery could be better on it, but like as a whole and a raw song and raw emotion that the song is about, like I fuck with it.
Are you good at listening to the music after the fact and listening from a fan perspective?
No, I'm the worst at listening to my own music.
Yeah.
Ask anybody. If somebody's playing something that's mine around me, I'm like, oh shit.
It weirds you out.
Like I don't know why. Like just because I'm too conscious, I'm too aware
everything
of body language, and I'm watching you dissect my song in front of me, and it makes me uncomfortable.
But it probably ain't even dissect. You know the funny thing about being an artist
it's all up here.
Yeah, because we don't listen to music the same way other people listen to music, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're probably just listening to it while you're like critiquing it, like you're breaking it down. Like, damn, I should have said that like this.
No,
or this should have sounded like that.
I just watch more so like where your attention breaks from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's that, and it's just a thing that I do that I wish I didn't, so we could just listen to it together. But even when I'm by myself, like, I'd rather be listening to another beat, or I've been listening to a lot of shit that doesn't have music or like lyrics behind it. It's just like house music or some shit like that, but just like vibes and like you know, cleaning up around the house or doing something or surfing the web or some shit. I said surfing the web. I sound some old shit, but but yeah, like just on the computer and shit, playing some shit.
Hell no.
Yeah, like I just like to listen to like Kate Note and I don't know a lot of. My brother made me a playlist and he been putting me onto some shit, and I'm like, man, vibes.
What did he put you on to?
Here, let me like.
Give me an example.
I don't think I can play it, but like I can at least like.
You probably should play it.
Yeah, I don't want to get nothing smacked or nothing like that. So, one song it's called Atmosphere, about this group called Fisher. Okay. All caps, like a couple people on it. That one's cool. Fake ID is called Coke and Rum Remix. That one's fire. Make It Rain. What's the group's name, bro? Like, there's just some vibes. Even the dude who does the $1 Million Baby song, he got a song called Electrify Tonight. That shit's hard. Yeah. Like, if you like how Wiz did Empire of the Sun and shit like that. Yeah. Walking on a Dream, like shit like that, vibes. You know what I mean? Stuff that you could drive to, smoke to, do right to, like.
My homie told me a dope story about a dude that made a what's his name? I don't want to. Tommy Richmond, is that?
He was like Tommy
Richmond, something like that.
Yeah, Tommy Richmond.
Tommy Richmond. My homie told me, Nate. He was like that he had that song out forever, and he just kept pushing it and pushing it. And it finally just caught. Because he was explaining like the importance of pushing singles. Yeah, it never stopped pushing songs.
I follow a lot of promo people on Instagram. You don't follow all of them because some people just be saying bullshit.
They just say whatever.
But when you find solid ones, like I was following the Cheat Code podcast for a while, but there's a dude called Promo God on Instagram, and he really be dropping some like cool little insights. But that's why it's cool to watch interviews. Yeah. Because you get insight.
Yeah, man, we shout out to y'all watching games. This one.
Yeah,
for sure.
If y'all watching, still fucking with us, man, make sure you hit the share.
Yeah, we've been getting some pretty good traction.
We're playing some songs, and we're also
Talking about the
chopping it up.
career of
Yeah,
Mulu,
some
man.
good music talk, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming out. Now, yeah, you trying to give us another jam? Or what you doing with that?
So like, I feel like I'm like releasing Marvel secrets. Like if I was a
little bit.
if I was a Marvel actor, they would can me after some of the shit. But I did get a green light for some of them. So I just don't know how to, I don't want to segue and say too much. But I got me and the people that I met out there have just been making some cool stuff. And the rule when we all got together was no boxes and just like, let's just have fun, make some music, see where it takes us. No matter the genre, let's bring your flavor to it. Don't be afraid to try some new shit. Like when I was out there, I got to work on an R&B song that I'm not gonna speak on because it's not mine. Outside, I got to work on an R&B song. I got to write for her. I got to write for myself. I got because she's like, I fuck with the writing. Do you want to put a verse on it? Fuck yeah. We ended up making a whole concept, and it was one of the smoothest writing sessions I've ever been a part of. Like we're all in a Google Doc, just like writing an R&B song. I even got to sing a couple little like background joints. I'm not gonna do it right now, but yeah, it was cool. Like just get to try different. Like people will like challenge you to do it. Like sing. You want to sing some of these, and you're like, what am I gonna say? No, I'll try. And they're like, dude, sing it. Just like let you do a couple takes, you get the like jitters out from it initially, and then you fucking can do it, and you're like, so you're hitting some notes low key. So, but this is I'll play one of the songs. I'm not gonna talk too much about the group as a whole, but we get to make fun music, and one of which is called Green Tea Good Karma. Shout out to my boy. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me stop.
You like green tea?
Green tea, yes. So the name was based off of a significant individual, myself, someone close to me, used to make me some good RSO tea.
Okay.
So like, and that'd be a good way to start the morning with your lady or your friends or whoever, and just like vibe out, let that, you know what I mean? Because like it's not just like when it comes to smoking, I like to smoke, but the medicinal aspect of it is very beneficial, and for anxiety or body wise, RSO tea is really good. So Green Tea Good Karma is just about that energy. We're just bottling that energy up. And actually, while we were out in Nashville, she got making some tea for everybody. So like it just kind of like helped with the vibe of the song as well. Like boom. And Jeremy, bro's just a good he's
it's too late now. They're gonna rewind that.
Yeah, Marvel. I would never get a Marvel movie, dog. If you get me on a movie or you cast me or you get me on something, just know if I'm on media,
you cannot be Man of War.
You have to, like Ron Burgundy me, you have to let me know what I cannot say. But no, bro writes, and his voice is just so fucking versatile, bro. Like Get Loud, I gotta play Get Loud before I play Green Tea. Cause like Get Loud's off the album, right? And like I get this song sent to me, and I'm like, the beat's just crazy, so my brain's going a whole different other way, right? And then I get to the bridge of the song, and he's singing, and it's like it reminds me of Watch the Throne, like Justin Timberlake. Wasn't that Watch the Throne on that album? It wasn't Watch the Throne. Magna Carta, Holy Grail. That made me think of that shit, bro. And so like then it turned it into a sexy song. So this is the first song that we was like. Because I think a lot of these projects you can get, a lot of these songs on this project is good for placement, and one of which was just like a sexy scene or a sexy, strip club or something like that song. And I never had one before, so I'm very proud of Get Loud. So I'm going to play Get Loud before I play any, sneak peeks. Yeah, God. Man, shit north over. Shorty over there. Make sure you follow me. Yeah. Play it cool. Yeah. And you gon' too. How about you take me to that room? Do a dance from you to me. I won't touch you till I please. Make you beg for ecstasy. How bad you want it? Make a move. We can do this dance all night. Who gon' break first, me or you? The way you stare got me lighting up balloons
Lucy and a dude, and I'ma smoke them both with you. I'ma smoke them both with you. The way you staring got me lighting up a Lucy and a dude, and I'ma smoke them both with you. Say I'ma smoke them both with you. I hear you thinking about all the things that you wanna do. I feel the tipsy tension cutting in the bitches loose. I think the others in the room started noticing too. Can't fight the feeling, what's the move, what's the
I want you, you want me, lip biting, I'm watching. You play the room just to taunt me. I play it cool, make you love me. I want you, you want me, lip biting, I'm watching. You play the room just to taunt me. I play it cool, make you love me.
Girl, you mad and you know it, but I know you chose me since I was the door, so I'm cool. You say you ain't hurt me like it's supposed to hurt me. If you ain't hurt, yeah, you will once we get through. Playing my tracks on my you show that the drop when your phone on the boom. You say I talk slick, I say I speak truth. You compress when you play I hear you thinking about all the things that you want to do, but I'ma get back to my shot and I'ma play it cool. I think your homie crossed the scene, there's people with two.
Yours or mine, girl, what's the move, what's the move?
Sipping on Henny and you, checking the vibe in the room. I just wanna find out. Show me all you can do. I keep thinking about you, all of that drip in my room. Hands up on your thigh now. Show me how you get. Watch me move. It's just me and it's just you. The night is young and I'll be through. I just want you in my room.
Gripping and kissing, that song gon' be mine. Pleasing that body, connecting our minds. Energy feeling like something divine. When we collide, it's a hell of a sight. Like stars in the night with a comment on the side. Making music with the wines like Prince and his chick, who stick by my side and the ride till we split or make kids that continue the gifts. Yeah.
I hear you thinking about all the things that you wanna do. I feel the tipsy tension cutting in the bitches loose. I think the others in the room started noticing too.
Can't fight the feeling, what's the move, what's the
I hear you thinking about all the things that you wanna do. I feel the tipsy tension cutting in the bitches loose. I think the others in the room started noticing too. Can't fight the feeling,
what's the move, what's the
Just something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit was cool.
A bunch of different joints, bro. Like, and it's like certain things you got. Like I said, whenever we made the project, I said there's something on there for everybody. Like,
have you had a chance to perform any of these songs yet?
Oh yeah, we had the band behind that. Yeah. Christian Northover in the chat. If he's still in here, that's the drummer.
Yes,
follow him on IG at the drummer.
What up, Christian?
Crazy drummer, man. Like anytime I see a band, I'm always like watching the drummer, and I'm always like locked into the drummer. All I've ever played was really snare drum. I used to have a drum kit till I broke it, and then my uncle was supposed to get it fixed. Oh, well, we gave it to my uncle to fix, and then it never got fixed.
Shout out, Unc,
I think that my dad was like, I don't want him to play this in the house anymore. Just take the, but no, so I always get locked into the drummer. But Christian, he actually got a project out. It's called Pleasure Playing, man. Pleasure's all mine. Make sure you drop the link for your project in the
drop that link, bro,
in the joint. And I actually
see what's up.
Since we're talking about it, I got to do one of the joints. So I wrote this joint on the porch while we were waiting for him to pull up so that we could have the session for the first song he initially sent to me off of his project. Wizards Made Me Do It, which is on Spotify and all that. So
said Wizards made me do it?
Yeah, because wizards are the
not lizards, but wizards.
Wizards, not lizards. The motherfucking wizards. That's why, I had to trim the beard up. It was on Wizards. It was on Gandalf, low key. Like it was hefty. I was scared.
You should have did the wizard video prior to that.
Well, it grows fast. This motherfucker's like Evan Almighty. It grows back quick.
Oh,
so
fire,
I just had to, clean it up a little bit because I was eating my beard while I was eating food. So. But we actually did a joint. First joint he sent me is the first track they did. It's called Get In Loser. And then he was like, you can do, there was like a couple that go through whatever you want to make a track to, I'll just write to. So I was at the hotel and I'm like, fuck. So I'm sitting there, I'm like trying to get my brain to start like kicking some shit. And I'm like, Then we got there and we were recording already. The energy of Australia produced the bars for that I did to Stone Bits. because it was just like, now I'm loose, and we had some fun, so let's give some bars. So there's a little hook I give at the end, but really it's crazy, bro. He played a drum set through guitar pedals. He had like mic set up next to fucking water. Like, you gotta go follow him at the Drummist and just watch this madman do work, bro.
Watch him go, man.
I got to do a joint called Stone Bits. If I can unlock my phone.
Cause it's live.
Yeah. Shout out for him to allow me to sneak peek it. Good friends.
Talking to music, hope you're paying for the eavesdrop. Or you're watching the beat, telling your boy, I hope he stops. Through the grapevine, I'm hearing they hope that he flops. But I'm balls deep in the game, tickling the G-spot, FIFA. I smell the blood of some bums, red rum for anyone saying I am not the one. Chopping trees in a leaf, trying to get some relief. Now I'm watching the ceiling fan run. Fuck. Full trust in the process. It's feeling like I'm chasing a Loch Ness. Glimpses of the greatness in small steps. I feel the love and I feel the hate. I feel my age. So I take a puff, I be gone stressed. I'm on 6, took a few steps from 10. Cause a lot of niggas are bitches and bitches pretend. Don't get mad at who I am, baby, stick to the plan. But if you can't, don't talk shit, I ain't trying again. Got too much to do, got mad moves to make. Which path do I choose? Am I doomed to a cool fate? I just wanna be great, my craft is all I know. A wizard bearded and bold. Travel the road alone till I met some cool cats with the stickiest of packs through that bag in my lap. Get that zip over slap, told me relax, take a smack and hop on this track. Once I did, I started taking the power back. Now it's on like I never left. Feel like I could be the best. Haters watch with beta breath. They bitches hope I stay for sex. Can't afford to chase a chick. Future said to chase a check. On this road to shatter bones, but I ain't scared of breaking shit. Taking leaps up these magical leaps. Leviosa till I'm reaching the dreams. The competition never all what they seem. Smoking mirrors ain't discouraging me. When I rap, I breathe the mic fiend. See the colors that I kick like a trip off a grip of the mushrooms picked by a bad bitch. See the colors that I kick like a trip off a grip of the mushrooms picked by a bad bitch. See the colors that I kick like a trip off a grip of the mushrooms picked by a bad bitch. See the colors that I kick like a trip off a grip of the mushrooms picked by a bad witch. Yeah. Colors that I kick like a trip off a grip of the mushrooms picked by a bad witch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So they just let me like rip some bars over
Straight drums.
stuff that he's doing, bro. And it's just, he kicks the drums and just crazy, bro. Like, I gotta share more from the show, but just like, even when we did the jam session, they played Bulls on Parade, and his drum solo at the end of it was just, I was like, bro, I want him to just keep going, because like it's just wild to watch somebody just in a flow state, bro. So Christian, make sure that you go give him a follow and check out his album, because it's just a cool experimental project, and I got to be a part of that experiment. So shout out to him for letting me
Christian?
do that.
For sure.
Solid ass dude, man. I'm still working on my character, by the way. This shit's hard to do. D&D. But no, yeah, should I show more? Let's talk a little bit. You know, I don't want to it's oversharing, but
no, it's all good, man.
We're just
we happy to have you, and it's your hour, it's your time. You know what I mean?
Okay, we got hour.
We definitely want to. Whatever.
No,
Your time, and we definitely want to introduce people to who you are and what you got going on and what you've been working on and the progress, the evolution of you, right?
Yeah.
And this is definitely a good showing of that. What up, Perp? What's going on with you, bro?
Thank you guys for the fires, man.
Yeah,
In the chat. Fire in the chat.
Yeah, appreciate y'all joining us, man. But yeah, no, it's a great time for people to get an insight into you, and like you said, you like to express yourself through your music. But I always enjoy about this platform is people get to see you. Right?
Yeah, see me in all my like showness. But no, I just like to talk, man, and it's good conversation when somebody else is on like that level of with the music, like in tune with that, and you have a passion too, and a connection to music as well. So it's always good to have conversation with other people that have that connection, because it's just a flow of just gems, really, if you just let the conversation go where it's supposed to go. So,
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell my guests, man. We're just gonna have a conversation. People are like, oh, what are you planning on? We're just gonna have a conversation, bro.
Yep.
And it's gonna come naturally. You know what I mean? Through the course of the conversation, what we're trying to convey.
Yeah.
And like you said, because I understand, that's what's up, Perp. Definitely different.
Thanks, Perp. I appreciate you, bro. Go check Perp out too, man. Make sure he be dropping his tracks too, man. Make sure you go check him out as well. There's mad talent in the city.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. It's a lot of talent, and you know, I mean, it's good whenever we get a platform to express our talents and get the opportunity to show people what we have going on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big part of what this platform is the chance to give underground and emerging artists a place to share what they got going on, and
Yeah, man.
for them to create to hopefully find new fans, and the people that are already fans get a different
Get
side
to
of them, get a
behind
different
the
piece of 'em.
scenes feel like
Yeah.
you get to talk about the process as well. So
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of podcasts and interviews and all those things. Always have been, and I know the type of content I like to see. And I know, even from an artist standpoint, the type of questions I wish people would ask me whenever I go places, and the type of insight I would love to give if I had the opportunity to do so.
yeah,
So I
man.
try to,
It's given that you get to it's like you get to keep music in your life, or that connection to music in your life. Like we we're talking
Yeah.
about, like there's always a way for you to keep that connection.
for sure.
And you get to help people, like you said, with through how you experience. You know what you experience. You're like, man, I wish they would have asked me something or like this or da.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, bro, that's dope. So thank you for doing it. Thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
having me.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
For sure,
We're
man.
gonna show some more music soon, but
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm giving everybody the shout out and the love as far as Nashville goes, bro. Like everybody, I will say as far as what I do want to say when we do speak about Nashville is make sure that anytime you get an opportunity, if you're like still locked in on this, or you're new to this, or you're just rocking, or you're seeing this on some random shit, make sure that you're taking opportunities at all time, bro. Like it's easy to be like, I need to get paid for my time. Of course, you want to get paid for your time, but the connections I made and to take me where music has taken me so far. Not that it's taken me anywhere super crazy, but I got stories to tell.
It's been a vehicle.
Yeah. It's always built off of those opportunities where like I didn't give two fucks about money. If I want to make money, I'm gonna bring merch and I'll make my money that way. Work for the bread, bro. Cause not every people don't know you, and if you're not bringing a crowd wherever you're going, they don't gotta pay you for shit. So like, if you want to make your bread, do your performance, put your heart and soul into your performance, and bring merch. And then you'll get paid for that. But I always take those opportunities. I've taken opportunities with no bread in my pocket before I even knew if I'd have the budget, and I was like, I'm gonna make it happen.
Right.
So you can too. What Pharrell say, my nigga, you could do it too.
Pharrell
So, yeah.
always saying some dope shit.
Pharrell will always forever drop gems. I still didn't see the Lego movie, and I need to. So, but yeah, make sure that if you're gonna do it, pursue it with everything you got, and take every opportunity.
Yeah, man. Your network is your net worth, man. And sometimes, a lot of times, it's who you know. You know what I mean? I know as I was coming up as an artist early on, I didn't have a lot of bread to put into art. You know what I mean? I had a young family, whatever, trying to make shit shake outside of that. So a lot of the things I was doing just off the strength of relationships that I built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of those relationships I built allowed me to do different things that I wouldn't be able to do without having the money to put into it, without having to pay the people to do the different things that I was getting allotted to do just from those right relationships.
It's never, when it comes to this shit, it's never about bread, bro.
Yeah.
Bread will be made, bread will be spent, and I think a lot of good music doesn't get made because bread is always in the forefront of the conversation, which is understandable. But there's also paperwork to make sure everybody's getting the bread and everybody's putting in equal work. So it's just about communicating. But I think a lot of people get wrapped up in the bread aspect. There'd be a lot of great music that people would probably eat off of for some time if they just like put that shit to the side. Sometimes I was like, I feel like this would be a good, but I can't tell anybody how to rock their craft because, you know, I'm a penniless writer, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you bleed for the craft type shit. And you take your leaps of faith. Don't be scared too, bro.
You can't be.
Yeah.
Can't be.
Gotta go all in sometimes.
Now, what you got coming up, man? What we working on?
So, one of the songs that I was gonna show beforehand is like I said, just the outside of the box. Have fun. No, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Don't get me wrong. We got some bar heavy stuff that we've worked on too, coming out of Nashville. But these are fun songs and something that I don't really allow myself to do often. So, and like I said, they just serve these songs up so beautifully. Like the homies serve them up so beautifully. So Green Tea is what I was telling the story about.
Yeah.
This is Green Tea, Good Karma.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm doing a verse. Grand rising, waking, bake, vibing. Slept in, good head, no fighting. 9 to 5 grinding, almost late. It's hard to clock in when you know that you're great, but I know that it's all in the timing. And patience brings hatred for the gifts that were made for me. I'm through saying that I'm trying. If we ain't doing, keep it moving, no more latency. I can't move like they say, it ain't they dream. I took a leap of faith and almost RIP. But from that NDE, I could finally see the only one holding me back was me. Can't keep a nigga down when he was born to fly. Thought that I was going drown, but I fell from this high. I on the prize, it don't matter about the feelings around. Stay on the rise, good vibes, go and track your tribe.
It's making big vibes. I ain't worried about a single thing. The way the sun shines off of your eyes while we're sipping on my green tea. Got me feeling like got your boy feeling hella good. Won't judge if I make a mistake. Every time I wake up in the morning, kiss me on the cheek and tell me go get a cake. She got that feel good aura. She my Mary Jane mama. The tea hits good karma. When the tea hits good karma. It's waking big vibes. I ain't worried about a single thing. The way the sun shines off of your eyes while we're sipping on that green tea. Got me feeling like
Twist up, baby, don't ever switch up. I love the way you compliment the grind, how you help a nigga try. I know sometimes we bicker, but we better together. I don't care, things different. No alone time, now I know why you're snipping. You know why I'm stressing. Buttons get pressed till we work through the tension. We smoking and dressing. Lay your head on my chest.
she's the one who keeps me calm, grounded, serenity. She's a part of me. Green tea, good karma. Green tea, good karma. Smoking big vibes. I ain't worried about a single thing. The way the sun shines on your eyes while we're sipping on that green tea, sipping on that green tea. I'm feeling me smoking big vibes. I ain't worried about a single thing. The sun shines over your eyes while we're sipping on that green tea, sipping on that green tea.
Again, different vibes. Nashville brings a different side out of the Mulu name, so
Yeah.
it's fun though. It's like a challenge. It's like, hey, here, what can you do to this? What can you do to this? Some of them are crazy left field. Some of them are real vibes. I guess I can show you like another one, and then we can talk a little bit, and I'll show you one more.
Yeah.
If that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
This one is actually shout out to Juju first of all for all the songs that I've been showing. Like his production is super crazy. The things he sends me sometimes, I'm like, bro, I love the way it sounds, but you gotta give me a while with it, cause like I just don't know. My brain don't know where to go with it yet. I haven't experienced this sound of my brain yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just gotta wait till that happens sometimes. But the packs he sends me are always beautifully composed. He works on a lot of great shit, that, you know, classical shit, and other artists. You know, he works with some great artists out in Nashville. So shout out to Juju, because without him, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope would not be a thing. You know, I mean, he definitely just believes in me, and I appreciate that. I think an artist needs homies like that sometimes. Just like I believe in what you do, bro. So. Yeah. Sometimes you be like, damn, bro, maybe it's just time to hang the mic up and just, you know, find a different lane. But sometimes, every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back. Yeah, music is just, it's always been there. And like I said, when you love it and you love it for the right reasons and you let go of all the bullshit, it's going to love you back. So I've just been loving it and letting it love me back.
No, that's real shit.
So hopefully y'all feel that through the music that we put out. Like I said, the fun, the energy, the good vibes, the good talks, the real talks, the fun talks, all of it that comes with it. We got a whole catalog of shit that's on that. Like, you know, we're all over the place. So, but we don't like boxes. We don't like genres. So
bending the
Fuck
genres,
it. Just
man.
make what you like to make, bro. We all have a playlist full of random genres
Hell
all
yeah.
the time that we bump to on a day-to-day basis. Like, make what you want to make, man. You think Chromacopia would happen if, like, he was, like, stayed in the box, the Tyler box? Nah.
Not at all.
Watch the progression of an artist or catalog. This is a song, though, that my cousin produced out from Atlanta. His name is Mac Velour. Just a smooth. He makes some crazy smooth beats, and this is actually the first verse is part of a song that I was gonna do with a homie, but he wasn't dropping the song, and I got this beat, and I was like, this verse came to my mind, so I started it out with that and built around that. We got the homie Jeremy to sing on this one, and Juju actually plays some of the keys, like the little key addition to it. That just little highlights just to make it pop.
Hell
And
yeah.
this is a song called That's Okay. It's not released yet. This is an exclusive. Drop the Funk Flex Bombs. Let's go. But that's the life I needed. Yeah, I got the cat in the studio. The cat fucks with me. I fuck with the cat. Yeah, man.
There's no honor in these Wild West scenes. I'm the Cherokee kid, quiet cat, but my aim's mean. Ready for any young buck trying to talk slick. Don't wanna, but if I have to, I'ma snatch a dream. Since a young in the flow reflected the hunger pains. I told my pops I'ma hustle until the end of days. Now I'm a father myself, the dream is feeling drained, but I've learned to maintain. I'll teach my son the same thing. I won't stop, can't stop, bro, I try, but my life might stop. Hard pause, ugly cry, cause I mean what I say, it ain't no line to be clever. Place me in pawn, shut my eyes, advertise with music is severed. Don't ever try to take it from me. All I have in this world is my mic and my balls, and I'm gripping them hard, getting to work. Little days off, these words on my job, feelings be raw, but I show off this gift from a God. The noble man journey gets hard, like will they press pause or will they feel halls to touch the road with hope that the skills rub off? Booking shows on my own, still they hate and scoff, but I'm still me, I learn to let folks talk. I'm such a freak, I like to let folks watch while I'm piping my dream till that bitch can't walk. I'm such a freak, I like to let folks watch while I'm piping my dream till that bitch can't walk.
That's okay. You gon' catch some hate when you don't break. If you can't run these plays, then you can't get no way. If you don't play your role, everyone claims king till those heads start to roll, and that's okay. You gon' catch some hate when you don't break. If you can't run these plays, then you can't get no way. If you don't play your role, everyone claims king till those heads start to roll.
Night shift trapping to make the dream happen. Feeling like B-Rabbit around these Papa Dot cappers. Try to keep it real, mixing in a couple slappers so the people ain't sleeping. Claim I'm preaching for the masses. Collection plate passing, trying to get the pockets fatter. Feel like I'm selling my soul, so they say that I'm dope. Like I'm tightening the neck while I swing from a rope. Blunt after blunt, man, I'm struggling to cope. Funny how the game ain't the same way you seen it. It's youngins wanting to play, but I'm still trying to beat it. Talk about your high score, they gon' call you conceited, but they ain't put the work in to understand the achievements. They think the shit's easy. The difficulty's not what they expect. The blood and sweat gon' leave them weaklings queasy. Nigga, where's my respect? If you don't give it, I'ma take it. Better protect your neck, cause I'm protected by the love of spirits.
That's okay. You gon' catch some hate when you don't break. If you can't run these plays, then you can't get no way. If you don't play your role, everyone claims king till those hands stop to roll,
And that's okay. We wanted to let it rock one more time. We was like, fade it out for now.
You gotta leave him wanting more.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints. Just he served up such a cool like vibe, and I'm sure I took it. You know, other people hear the vibe and they might take it somewhere else. It's like easy to make a smoke song to something like that. I was like, he called it stream of conscious when I sent him to him. He's like, this is a cool like stream of conscious. And I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we put it down. I sent it to him. He fucked with it. And we're just waiting for him to do whatever he needs to do with it. And this is what it is now, like just making songs out there with other people and then just like waiting for the.
Yeah,
so
you
that's
guys
why I
are
was
basically a collaborative at this point.
Yeah, man, it's like we've been
yeah.
like slowly just building up the like not even trying to like just really like on genuine hanging out and making fun music we all like, and playing with the band was just like awesome, man. Like, and then we only got to practice one day. They practiced a little bit before I got down there, but we only got to practice together as a group for like part of the day.
Yeah.
And then we just went out there and had a good fucking time, and the crowd had a good time. Wolf got to perform because we had a dude have to drop out last minute. So Wolf got to perform, and like it was cool to be able to be like, fuck yeah, this is my homie. So like yeah, he got to record on some, so now he gets to perform, and people fucked with that and received that well. Like when I go on trips, I try to bring people with me because it's like it's just an experience, man. You just never know what's gonna happen, bro. You put yourself out there and talk to people, meet people, and be yourself, and it's gonna attract what you put out.
It seems like a lot of good music is coming from those trips as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm not allowed to play, so like, but it's just, like I said, it's just always a good time, and like everybody, you know, wine be flowing. You got people come up, they'll bring some friends up with them, and it's just like just vibing. Like it's not like, you know, bring your friends up and then we just like we just end up hanging out. Like nah, like you bring your friends up, we all have the intent on making some dope music, or we already started, and then people can come up. So now the vibe's already going. Yeah, so now you got ideas coming from this person on the couch just vibing out. This song's hard, and they're over there like, what can you add to this? They might play an instrument. I keep calling him Sax Man, but Sax Man, he pulled up. He was at the practice, and he just started playing over. And like, we performed Healing, but I couldn't really hear where we were at because the band, you know, was so loud, and this is just like a band heavy song. And he was playing the sax right there, but like I could just feel that shit. It's like we was at practice. I said we had to take him to church, man. We're like, dude, like it's like pass the collection play. I was gonna do it during the set, but we just didn't. But
Kanye on an airplane.
But yeah, bro, it was just cool. Like getting to play with all these different instruments. It's just stuff I wouldn't have got to experience if I said no to certain things or I acted like I was too good to do some shit. Like I'm all about collaborating and making something cool, and then we can talk about the rest of the shit. But you know, I've also, but people take advantage of that though. The music business is record company rule number 4080. Music industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Shout out to Tribe Called Quest. So like, there's just a lot of. I've been finessed plenty, all the way up to recently. I ain't gonna shout out no names.
Shout him out.
Nah, we ain't gonna do all that. He knows if he ever sees it, he knows who he is. But I doubt he knows who you are. Yeah. They're just like scammers and shit. You just got to deal with. And some people you can meet motherfuckers and they'll still like finesse. So
they'll certainly try, won't they?
Yeah, you got to know your business and be on top of shit. And like I'm trying to find that balance between like my hippie like usual self and like the business hippie where it's like I'm cool, but you know what I mean, you gotta put shit down more.
Yeah, you gotta respect my mind.
Cause I'm just more so like I grew up falling in love with music off of the free vibes of like the creating that the artists I watched or documentaries I watched created with. So like that's how I always came into collaborating with people. And sometimes I would just have that idea of having that collective so bad that like I was just putting it on to people when I was younger, and they're like, bro, I don't know if I want to do that, or like, you know what I mean. So I couldn't force it on the people, but everybody that I've ever collaborated with, the time was just beautiful. It was a good time, and we made great music out of it. We got to put it in a time capsule, and it's up on streams. And some people got old CDs, like some people, not a lot. Some people, when I do post about them, be like, I still got mine, bro. I'm like, what? So like, there's still Circle K CDs floating around. There's just a lot of cool shit that's happened from doing music.
Yeah, man. What was one of the coolest experiences you had through music? Like, what was one of the moments that you're like, yo, I can't believe this shit.
The craziest shit is people getting the logo tattooed. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, not in like a you're crazy way. It's just like, that's a lot to take in. So like, that was a moment where I was like, fuck, I feel like I need to do something crazy now. Like, but that's just people connecting with the music. One of the coolest things I got that I said yes to without being able to get paid, because it's like a DIY event, and they were like, just a homie, just knowing somebody who knows some people.
Right.
So the homie, Lindsay, she linked me up with some people out in Indiana by the name of Royal Skate Shop. And we're rolling with Royal. They're still out there doing great things. Shout out to Kimo and Gnarly and the gang, Prince Crow. And I still like talk to some of them still to this day, but it was like years ago. But they were throwing these things called Royal Fest, and it was like a 3-day festival at the skate shop. Damn. Every day was a different genre, like, so it was like rock day, hip hop day, and then I think it was maybe like a mix, or maybe the hip hop day was last. And me and my cousin D Lee, shout out to D Lee, He took the camera and we filmed a bunch of it, made little vlog episodes out of it. It's on one of the YouTube pages that I'm locked out of. They're not Mulu fan pages. They're all actually linked under the Mulu HQ. That's why I came to the conclusion to make a Mulu HQ and link all my old pages down at the bottom, so you can see all the old stuff that I can't delete up there unless I report myself. But I won't do that. See all parts of it. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about because I'm thinking about this video.
Talking about the moment that blew you away in music.
Oh yeah,
the
fucking the festival. It was just crazy to see like skateboard culture, which is like a lot of my friends growing up in high school. They were skateboarders. I wasn't like a skateboarder by any means. I could maybe ride a board a little bit, but I'm not out here doing tricks and shit.
Did you play Tony Hawk or skate?
Yeah. Oh, skate for sure. Can't wait for the new skate game to come out. Definitely played Tony Hawk. Everybody who ever received demo discs for their PlayStation played Tony Hawk. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I had to learn how to be nice and skate and shit because all my friends can skate in real life. They would just toast me. So I was like, I gotta try to somewhat get nice.
Gap somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm living my life through this EA skate simulation. But I just love the culture and the brotherhood, sisterhood of skaters. Like it's just
and they go hand in hand, man. Hip hop
and that's what I mean. The energy is like very much the same. I think sometimes hip hop can get caught up in the ego thing, and whereas I don't see that in the skate. But I'm not deep in the skate world, so I'm sure every culture has that, that dynamic. But yeah, that was like the craziest thing was to watch people, like the stage was DIY. Like I'm pretty sure it was like ramps that they put, like just sat together and make a stage.
Yeah.
And everybody was just great acts, bro. Like crazy bands, crazy artists, rappers.
Was this in Indiana State or Indiana, PA?
It was in a state. It was in Indiana.
Damn.
I thought we were going. So this whole time I thought we were going to Chicago. We get a bus. We rode a Greyhound bus to Chicago. Got into an Uber, and the Uber's driving us to Indiana. And he's like, why didn't y'all just get out in Indiana? Right, and we were like, I thought it was in Chicago. I missed but, then we got to the hotel in Indiana, which was down the road from the venue. And so me and D-Lee would walk up every day. First day we got there, and we're like, oh, we're coming every day. Met a lot of friends, watched a lot of games of skate. It was just a great time. They were cooking out all types of shit. So, like, that's one of those moments outside of, like, my first show in Nashville and seeing, like, such a crowd just rock with me, like, because I'm used to, like, you go to, you do shows locally sometimes, and it's, like, 5 people come out, and you gotta, like, rock it for these 5 people as if there was, like, a packed house. I've done shows when we were doing shit up at Bar None. We were packing out Bar None pretty well. But like, there's a lot of, it's a struggle for the local shows to like really get crazy.
Yeah.
Not everybody, because I see some people doing well. But it's just hard to get.
It is a little bit tougher than
it's hard to get people out to come out sometimes. And just shenanigans, shit that just be happening. So people be weary to come out sometimes. But yeah, you gotta perform regardless. Like it's always. For one, performing I'm not even with y'all. I'm like y'all. I'm including y'all, of course, because like why would I not, have fun with y'all? We're up here having a good time. You're watching me perform. I'm gonna have a good time with y'all. If you don't know the words, you're gonna learn part of them, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna make jokes, all that good shit. But like when I'm up there, bro, it's for me to like let go of a lot of shit that I have inside a lot. You can't share everything all the time. And sometimes, still learning how to become a vulnerable writer. But, I have my moments where I let it leak out, but I like reel it back in a little bit. So again, it's like therapy. So yeah, I forgot where I was going with it. I started getting too deep.
Shout out Indiana.
Indiana. It was just like crazy to watch the bond and brotherhood of like skating and music coming together. It was like a mini Woodstock, and I remember I was listening. We were like, they were playing music outside, and like the sun was setting, and we're like chilling outside. And people were smoking, girls going, and like I'm just looking out, and people were just like, there's people playing shit. There's people just chilling. There's people laying in the little patch of grass that was open. The next, and I was like, man, this is just sick. Oh, Larry Palooza that was one of the craziest events I've ever done musically, because it's the first time I ever hosted. I got to perform on one of the festival days, but my primary job was to MC the night, because when I messaged them and I'm like, hey, if y'all need an MC for the lineup, like, let me know. And they're like, hit me back, and they're like, oh yeah, we didn't even think about it. If you want to host, bro, that would be sick. And I was like, what? And I was like, fuck it. All right, yeah, I can do it. I mean, what is crowd work? I just part of my set is mostly crowd work. So like, fuck it. So I was meeting a lot of these bands for the first time. I would meet them backstage. I had a list of questions I would just ask every act, and I'd get their answers. I'd summarize it into an introduction as I'm reading the answers. I remember one of the lead singers for one of the bands watched what I did when I'm asking them my questions. And I'm ripped also. Like, we're at a festival. It's a hippie festival. I'm ripped. All right. Whatever definition you want to make up for that,
Faded, ripped.
Go ahead and make your definition up for that. But I'm writing these answers down, and I'm reading them as if I just wrote a summary. Just my brain was working on that type of time. And before he goes on, he's like, how'd you do that? I said, I don't know. And I walk off stage, and they rip it. But it was just cool because it was all improv, and it was crowd work. We had the crowd getting hyped before every act, and eventually I ended up falling asleep in my trunk during the last two acts. They couldn't find me, but yeah, it was a good time. That was probably musically just letting music take over and just letting go of the woes for a weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Larry Palooza people,
For sure.
trailheads in the gang.
The Larrys.
Yeah. It started out like a birthday party for their friend. They would just throw it on their
that makes
property.
sense.
And then it turned into, they had a festival on the campgrounds. And yeah, that shit was crazy. But there's so many. I mean, like, every Nashville, like, the performances, seeing the people come out for the Weird Sisters and being able to, like, perform for that crowd, crazy. Just the journeys, like the trips we get to take. We've tried everything from GoFundMes that I fucked up, or like merch runs, all types of shit, man. It's just a fun, creative life, but being a creative cannot, it's not always lucrative until you start hitting the right buttons. So don't get discouraged. Keep creating.
Keep creating, man, for the love of the art. You said you got another jam for us?
Yeah, I figured the last song should just be a vibe. I got a verse on this, and it's called Godzilla. Shout out to the homie, Adam Lagreen. I call him Adam Lagreen because he kept hitting those CeeLo like, and I was like, because we was on a Beano kick on that trip, so like everything kept getting reverted back to like, oh, hit that note like this, like how Beano would do it, and but then, like, when I would hear him do it, I just kept seeing, like, CeeLo Green. So I was, like, made a joke, like, when you do this, I just want you to have, like, the open shirt, like, singing like CeeLo. And then there was, like, a couple notes he hit where it sounded like the Adam dude from...
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
Yeah.
And so I called him Adam Lagreen. So this is the song called Godzilla, funky-ass beat served up by Juju, and we just had fun over it. Gives me a Bruno Mars vibe.
Is he a man or a monster?
I don't know. Yeah. You can actually turn me down with the great value.
Godzilla! Godzilla!
Here comes that smooth cat, swagger like Bruno with the pinky ring, nose clean, smoking on a smooth pack. Step into the venue, hear the women whisper.
Who's that?
Fellas keep approaching with that, bro. I always knew that. Hit him with the Howie Mandel, fist bumps unless you reppin' for the team for real. I know they wish that I fell off, but I'm hard to kill. Rick Sanchez, an asshole with phenomenal skills. I don't care about your booze, I know what makes y'all cheer. I ain't got no dance move, but I groove like Q. Old soul, young heart with the lyrics you feel. They try to hold my head down, but my lips ain't blue. They sit and try and do what I do like I don't peep it. Homie, just cool, man, you can keep it. Forever evolving, switching secrets. Can't wait till I drop because the scene without me is like $1 in a dream without Dreamville.
We are not the same. Vibing on a different plane. Vibe, 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 vibe. There ain't no rules in the game. Better stay out of my way. Get out the way, get out the way. I'm about to turn the whole world sideways. Black hole, everything's going my way. Every time I take a step, that's tidal wave. Godzilla head in the clouds, shining
unleashed a horrible force within me that I can no longer control.
Doing this, doing that, and it's just a good time, bro. I'm thankful for the connections I made out in Nashville, and they be keeping me in the game, bro. Like, it's just going out there and just experiencing music and having different new experiences and having fun again, and not taking everything so serious and letting some of the things be silly and playing off the silly energy, and then there's a time to be serious, there's a time to have fun, and just like applying that to whatever gets served up. Some things get cooked up from scratch, some things were sitting in the vault, and some things they're just like, yo, we should throw him on there, we should throw M.U.L.U on there. Like, I really wanted to show one track, I can't, but I'm like, I want to so bad. But it's just fun, man. Like, there's some songs that have a Gorillaz vibe, there's songs that have a Beano vibe, there's songs that have like the Bruno Anderson .Paak vibe.
Yeah.
And then we're only continuing to make up more ideas every time we go out there, and like new connections, and hopping on stuff like Christian, the drummers, experimental songs, and just fucking doing whatever, man. Create. Go out and create. People are supposed to hear what you... It doesn't matter if people say shit's ass, because those people won't make a song, or act in that movie, or make make those clothing lines or whatever. So fuck them, man. Let them talk that shit. It's press. A good press.
They're just spectators anyway.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
be spectators.
Yeah, and then the people that are doing it and they got something to say, then their noses up their asses, and who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Your progress isn't anybody else's, and their progress isn't yours. So
Yeah, it's not tied in with you. Don't make me shit.
If you want to look and learn from shit, by all means, bro, do that. But no hating, never no hating, bro. I was just trying to bring people together. That was the whole purpose of doing music in the first place. Because it brought me close to the people that I love, and that's what we're supposed to do. Spread good vibes. It ain't even always about telling people what to believe in, nothing like that. Sometimes it's just about spreading a good vibe.
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah, keep creating, bro. I'm forever thankful for that, and any experiences that come forward, I try to make sure that you can check it all out, whether it's through YouTube or socials. Try to keep up with being a content creator and a music maker.
It's not easy.
It's not. We wear a lot of hats, and a lot of artists do it. And I think that's every artist that I talk to that's like the plate is like, fuck, I didn't want to do all that. Cause there's even a line like on Healing where I said, where all you wanted to do is play like Hendrix hitting stages, but learn to own your masters because they played Prince. It's crazy. Like, there's bars in these songs if you really like take the time to sit down and like listen to them, because like that's... My brain's always on that type of time every day. I'm just like, I overanalyze a lot of shit. I analyze my own actions a lot. Just everything, especially when it comes to music. Like, you're analyzing these reactions that this get, the insights from that. Sometimes you get wrapped up in that shit a little too much. It's like you have to, because it's a hat, but that's a limited, like, you got to put a time limit on that hat. You know what I mean? Like, those lenses you put on where you have to, look at some things and see how you can maybe book a little tour for yourself,
right?
For some numbers, or what I'm saying, and get caught up, and you're just like, man, like, oh, I don't know, fuck that, bro. You gotta stay like hungry and stay on it and continue to network, and you can get burnt out on it. That's why I said
what Nipsey said, man. It's a marathon.
The breaks are important, man.
It's a marathon.
You gotta take those moments to like step back. Rakim said something in an interview where he was like, the writer's block don't exist. It's just like that's when it's time that you have to go live your life. Like, you have to go live a little bit so you have stuff to talk about, or you can get perspectives, or that's why interacting with strangers is always like, I love, don't talk to strangers, but
no, I'm with you on that.
When y'all are in a setting where everybody's there for the same thing, that's what's beautiful about music, is y'all all are in the building for the same shit, so you can really chop it up and meet cool people through these things. And everybody got like a cool thing they do on the that they have to get a job, but like there's a lot of people that have cool hobbies that they have that, you can bring. I worked with some people that at some jobs where like they find out you do music, they finally listen to it, bro, might really fuck with it, and then like, so I had a couple of people that really did, and it brought the bars out of them. Like, man, it made me want to record something again. Like, fuck it, come over and record a song, and fuck it. You know what I mean? So like, that's what the energy was always
intended for.
Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult for me to get out and about with the baby boy. So it's hard to get out to Nashville. It's hard, like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's...
Takes a lot more planning.
Yeah, you got to finesse some things and then also ready yourself for the little time apart.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So things that make it difficult, but make it even more, like...
Rewarding at the same time.
Yeah, make it more worth it as well. Like, I always said I like to leave some things in songs or some songs that, like, if something, God forbids, happens to me before he's old enough where I can chop it up with him, he can get a glimpse of what his pops was like through the music he made or the things he said or the gems he left behind. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's not about legacy or nothing like that, but about just making sure that we're touching lives, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're having fun, but we're also touching lives. We're
also
bringing
making
people
an impact.
together.
Yeah.
You want to make an impact with your art. I think that's what made the era of music. I mean, even like that's what made the Woodstock shit so beautiful. Because I've seen people be like, well, it probably sounded like shit on the sound, and I'm like, you're fucking missing the whole point of the whole thing, dog.
Experience,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, it isn't about how great the music sounded coming through the amps, bro. It's about, look at what everybody did for... I mean, granted, there was some wild shit that happened too, but the
Yeah, that shit was fucked up.
initial Woodstock was full of, like, the initial, like, the intention was met, I feel like.
Yeah, no, the intention was good.
Now Woodstock 99 was insanity,
Yeah,
and we don't like to talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't give that the Woodstock name.
Yeah.
We just call it 99. 99W.
Mm-hmm.
Limp Bizkit turned up everybody up. Now move in, now move out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's to start.
Get naked.
It's like the fight riff from the Chappelle Show shit. Whenever he's like, white people can't dance, so you just have to play the right music for them. And then John Mayer plays the fight riff, and everybody just start fighting.
It's going crazy.
Yeah, they played the fight riff at Woodstock 99, and shit just hit the fam.
No.
But yeah,
No, music definitely does create community. And there's a lot of community to be had within music, and you definitely build relationships
yeah,
that you might not find outside of it because you have such a passion for something, and your average person won't be able to understand that passion unless they're living in it. So
yeah. The
No.
burnout is real though, so take care of your brain too.
yeah,
Take those times for yourself and for your family, and
Take them breaks.
try to find those balances. It's hard to do when you're locked in on that shit. When you're really like, this is what I want to do. This could take my whole day up. And like, nah, not anymore, bro. Like, sometimes I find myself like getting locked in, like I was when I lived in the spot where Ornery Kid and shit was made, like, and just be like, boom. Because I used to wake up, go to work. When I worked up at the Cricket store, for anybody who knows me from that. I used to go out, work there for the whole day. I leave there, and either it was a show or a session or something going on. But if there wasn't, I'd still go home and like write something, find a beat, talk to this person, talk to that person. Like, I don't really have that energy. My social battery's been low just from like all the moves and things dropping and talking to this person, talking to that person, and dealing with your own personal stuff. The social energy been like, whew. But we're still pushing through, and we're still going to continue to make sure people are hearing about the album. So again, thank you for the opportunity to talk about it. Though we didn't really talk too much in depth about it, but Extremely Loud and Incredibly Dope is out on all streaming platforms. So make sure you listen to it, and make sure you tell your people about it, and get prepared for the new music we have that some of you guys sat and sneak peeked with us.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all for joining us and staying with us. I said they've been in and out for sure, keeping up with what we got going on. Yeah. And I definitely want to thank you for joining us down here at a bunch of Bull Studios, Molly State of Mind podcast, the world's dopest. You're certainly more than welcome to join us anytime.
Yeah, man, anytime.
That you got something going on, bro. We love to have you.
For sure, man. I would love to. Even if it's just to chop it up sometimes or whatever,
Yeah,
we'll
man.
figure it out, man.
We just have vibes.
But definitely, man. Once the new shit start rolling, and I'll let you know.
We previewing a mic drop today.
No, we ain't got nothing.
Nothing to preview tonight.
What's the mic drop?
Oh man, we're doing this
That's
dope
the
ass
shit where
series.
everybody's freestyling and stuff.
Yeah, we're doing this dope ass series where everybody's dropping. Not everybody, but we got some artists coming through sliding.
Dino Jump.
Yeah,
I saw his joint. I saw Velly's joint.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that was the name of it. That's my bad.
What's on that bullshit? Is the name of the series. But
Okay.
Yeah, man. No, those are fire. We're excited to have those, and we're just trying to put on, man. Trying to represent.
Yeah, good ideas for for the hip hop, for the scene, for the culture, and I think it's dope that you do it because not everybody gives a shit. So it's nice to give people a platform to be like, let me at least tap in and see what the flavor is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not everything's for everybody, and you got to remember that too as an artist. And don't take whatever criticisms. Have a thick skin in this shit because we're living in customer service, but only like a vibes. Yeah, it says like if you're fucking up the vibes, bro,
they're gonna let you know about it.
It's like you. A lot of people wouldn't survive on the Apollo stage. I'll tell you that much.
Ain't that real?
I watched an Apollo clip the other day on TikTok. I said, bro,
Sandman, come out for your ass.
They would have got canceled 3 shows in. Like, y'all are hurting my child. It's like, well, hey man, you gotta move the crowd.
Yeah, man.
And make sure December fucking 3rd, we're gonna be at 123 Pleasant Street. We have a crazy lineup. Some good hip hop coming out of the Morgantown area. I got Spike E coming on.
Spike E, what up?
Fucking Wolf Jones coming on.
Wolf
We got
Jones.
Monster Lung. We
What
got
up?
fucking Adrian Michael. So many people. Just like a list, bro. Like, so make sure that you follow us and on the socials and check out the updates for the show because it's coming up real soon. I got a hefty lineup, some old songs, some new songs. And we just, like I said, we have an awesome lineup, so I'm excited to see everybody perform. So make sure you come out, dance, groove, laugh, socialize. It's all ages.
All ages.
There's gonna be wristbands for the people of age.
So you can still get tipsy.
So you can still have a good time in the ways that you want to. No excuses.
Still shaboozing.
Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a drinker, if you're not a drinker, if you genuinely,
if you got kids, bring them. Bring them kids.
bring the kid. Hey, bro, it's just like Wu-Tang was for the children. I actually have gotten to see some coolest moment is seeing kids dance to my song. I was at an open mic event and I did Fumes and the breakdown with the piano comes on. They were dancing the whole time, but the breakdown from the piano comes on they just start going off and I was like, okay. I gave them some beanies. I was like, yeah, y'all can have the beanies. Y'all, because like there was a bunch of adults there and they were just being real stiff, but the kids were just getting
turned it up.
Yeah, like some of the adults kind of let loose a little bit and they started coming like a little bit. Because I go to places, I do a lot of shows where it's like mainly bands or like whatever.
Right,
so it's
not
like,
as much hip hop.
People see a hip hop dude and they're like,
what is this?
The fuck is this, buddy? And then like by the end of it, they're like, I fuck with that. So I take it as a challenge. I mean,
they come after the show and give you weird comparisons.
Yeah, oh man, being light
that remind me of Snoop Dogg.
You're a light skinned dog. They get a little comfortable. They try to say too much when they're compliments, and you're like, "Hey, buddy, chill out."
Yeah, I get it.
All right, but like, let's not do that. No. But no, it's all. You know, at times it's all love, man. Yeah. I don't think I've had a bad crowd experience where like people were like, "Why the fuck was you here, dog?" Even the people that felt that way in the beginning usually are like, I don't like rap music, but I like that. And I'm like, it's still rap music, buddy. You just got to find the stuff you like, bud. That's all.
You just never experienced it the right way.
Yeah, that's all. And when you're doing shows, man, just fucking get lost in the sauce, bro.
Yeah, don't be too cool for yourself.
People get mad at me when I say just don't. I mean, try not to use as many vocals when you're doing it. Because, like, I think my thing for that is every time I watch somebody uses their vocals, they know their whole fucking song. Yeah. You rapping bar for bar with yourself, bro. Like, just take it off. Let them wings go. Fly, bro. It's going to be so much more freeing in your performance, dog. It's not even me saying that on a hater thing. It's like some people you see are really stiff up there because you can hear yourself and you're rapping with yourself because, like, it fucks me up anytime I have to do it. But, like, once you see... Bro, I'm telling you, it's the only way. Like, it's not on it because like it gets taken the wrong way when I say it a lot, and it's not even meant like that. Because like I just had to do healing with the vocals, bro. There's reasons for it, but like I just want to see people get that let loose feeling. Because like, for you as an artist, speaking as an artist, when you let yourself do that and you're fully trusting yourself with your words, with the music, with the crowd's vibes, like. Bro, you'll see me eyes closed sometimes, locked in. It's like you just kind of, and people fucking love. That's what they want to see, bro. They want to see you get locked in on your passion because that energy is gonna make it. It's gonna unlock that in them. So like, it makes the crowd work way easier. It makes them want to go stream your shit because they're like, man, we just had a fucking soul bonding experience.
Yeah, we just had an experience together.
Cause that's why like I said I wish I would have took my shoes off at the last show because I feel like it helps. Because I practiced with the shoes off, it was like fuck yeah. And then at the show, I was a little bit kind of like the energy was a little blocked. We
Just
still
walk
put
in.
on, but like,
Walk in with some moccasins and
bro,
slip
I
them
got
bitches
kicked them bitches off like
Yeah.
it's an MTV Unplugged, and just get them vibes, bro. Just depends if it's a carpeted stage. If it's not, then I probably wouldn't do that. But
Sit there and bust your ass on.
yeah,
some other shit.
it's all dirty and shit. But we got socks on too. But yeah, so I went on a little tangent there, but want to give your word like gems too, you know, not just be like, go listen to my shit, but also like,
No, go listen to the shit too.
It's a whole journey, man. So go listen to all of it and listen, you know, really get to know your boy in different ways, different years, different times, different perspectives. And we're going to keep dropping music, man, and just because we love to and have fun with it. And hopefully y'all find shit y'all like and put your people on.
Yeah, man.
Also, make sure you go grab some merch, M.U.L.U merch. We got new music. We got new merch up. I got the hat. I got some stuff, man. I got little jackets and embroidered jackets, stuff like that, different designs. And I've been working on those too. So keep following the journey. I'm going to find different ways to show it. I'm private in ways, but I'm trying to find more ways to let people into the creative aspect. So just keep vibing, keep following, and keep putting your people on.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all share that. We had Mulu in the house tonight for the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast. Next week we'll have another special guest for you, and maybe we might have a video for you to preview. Maybe not. I don't know. But until then, it's Marley. It's Mulu. I'm saying peace.
Peace.